shit too. That shit made me cry though.
And one with Wanye and Brandy.
Oh yeah, yo, Boys and Men could sing they ass off, like. You know what I'm saying? Let me sing.
Oh, that ain't even him, dude.
I was about to
Shy,
say,
yeah.
I like that
That's
song.
Shy,
But...
big dog. That's my shit though.
Oh, we got drinks. I'm about to be a bartender today.
That's lit.
You gotta say hello.
You gotta be lit.
All right, we're gonna take it easy.
I got registration now, nigga.
Yo.
But I was caught up
In physical attraction and to my satisfaction. Oh shit.
Baby,
I gotta rinse these out.
just a friend.
I ain't use them, but
And if I ever in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. And if I am in love so true, I will be sure that the lady's just like you.
Talk that shit. Oh,
Thank you
get
for
lifted.
Yes, get lifted. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Getting Lifted with your host
oh, SmileyJizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris O.D.
and La Jefa. And don't forget, hit that like button when you arrive or before you leave. Make sure you share our content so we can get more subscribers and viewers. And hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we go live or post new content. We really appreciate you.
That part. Yes, y'all. Don't stop.
So today we have quite a few things going on. Dwayne has Smiley has a collection of like a smorgasbord of different treats that he called it. He has these 3 different types of potato chips. Now, I'm a potato chip connoisseur. My password to something one time was potato chips because I love chips so much. My mom said she was eating a lot of potatoes.
Now you know how to
when
get
she
in her
was
computer.
pregnant. No, at one time, not anymore. But these particular chips, I don't really like. I like the blazing buffalo, but I guess we could do a try it out for the camera or whatever. But the blazing buffalo ranch is my favorite out of these 3. I don't really have a favorite type of chip because I love potato chips, but I never tried this actually, the Tomatillo Doritos. But I tried these Flamin' Hot Lays and I don't really like them. These new flavors that they make here, they just be doing stuff sometimes because they running out. Because it's like, how many more flavors can you come up with? Like garlic bread and chicken and waffle. Like,
Remember the contest?
They
Y'all
really
remember the
have,
contest?
yeah, and
That
they
shit
ain't
was
pick.
lit, though, man. Come
They
on.
ain't pick my flavor
No, you never win if you coming from the hood. They never
unless
win
you
those contests.
what you call that?
You gotta be in on that shit.
No, but what you call that?
What? Nepotism?
No, in work, like if they looking for only your demographic, like a white woman or a black woman.
Fucking what you call it?
The way you making cocktails and shit.
Damn, I forgot what it's called.
Wait, this is not.
Something.
This is your cut. Why you give me this?
Oh yeah. This is
Break down.
Ooh, this is good. Makes your cheeks pucker up.
Break down.
Pause. You want some? You want the drink or you just want this?
Yeah, that's soda.
Right. Ooh, you got break down. I'll take a little sip.
Alright.
Just a little sip. Just a little sip. That's it. No, he's not.
Have you
Good,
tried
good.
these flavors, Chris, of potato chips?
Yes, I don't like none of them.
You don't like spicy?
No, I don't like Doritos no more, you know. They don't hit no more the same.
That die.
Affirmative
You know what it is?
action.
You know what it is?
Yeah, affirmative action.
I know it's gonna come to me after some point.
TikTok, and they showed me the little Krabby Patties that was on them shits.
That's why Mountain Dew is illegal in some other countries.
I should be fucking motherfuckers.
I don't even drink Mountain Dew. I haven't had Mountain Dew. Wait, let me tell you. You talk about snowboarding. That just reminded me of this customer that called in. Guys, I work in customer service in my everyday life or whatever. And this lady called because I work for an insurance company. She had medical insurance. She asking, oh, do we cover a skiing accident or whatever? She was like, because she had accident and additional coverage for accident, but it didn't specifically say skiing or whatever. So she wanted to know if it's gonna cover skiing, although she doesn't find it hazardous. So why are you trying to make sure that it covers? Because then she said, if it doesn't cover it, I'm going to cancel this because I ski.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm like.
She's like, I'm hurt.
I don't know if it covers it or not. You would have to send in a claim because it lists a bunch of things and then it says and anything else that can be considered hazardous. We don't cover it if you putting yourself in that position, which you would be if you're choosing to go skiing. Okay. And you know that. That's why you're saying, are we going to cover it? If not, you're going to cancel. But yet, she was like, because I don't know. Because I don't consider it to be hazardous. Because you want it to be covered. So you're saying you don't consider it, but you want it to be covered. Why would you want this if you don't think it's hazardous? Bye, ma'am. Right. You have the option to upgrade your plan, but I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm going to read you exactly what you already read, and it doesn't list that. We can't list every single possible thing that could happen. But I told her, if you send the claim, since this particular incident, if you happen to be in a skiing accident, is not listed here, we would need further information if that does happen to you before we would decide if it's considered an accident or not and if it's going to be covered. It's probably not, but that's my opinion. I can't give you that. I'm going based off of what it says. So this is what we would need. You need to know for sure. I can't give you that because it's not listed there. So then she's like, okay, well, let me speak with the upgrade department. Maybe they can see if they have another plan, but I doubt it. It's not going to list that because they don't have, you wanted to list every single possible injury that you could have in life on why you would need, it's not going to say that. Like, so. It's hazardous. Like, you're not, come on now. That's why you want it to be covered. Like, make it make sense. But, all right, that was just a glimpse into my life. But we shall continue. I have a question that I want to ask. And, that I want to ask, or we can all answer. But,
break down.
Hi, Eric. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, please.
So demanding.
I said please. I hope you didn't take it in that way. I'm not trying to demand.
Like, fuck this.
Do you think women standards are too high when it comes to dating?
Now she said specific, so she said women. So
like the majority of women that we meet.
Nah, just. Well, I mean, if you say that you meet, then that would be your experience, right? But in general, what do you think?
I think personally, as soon as it got into the era where it was like, we don't need no men, that mentality, especially for like our women, it shit turned left. It shit went left. It went to a spot where it was like.
Which one?
Yeah.
I feel like it went to a spot where. You're funny. He was like, that one. Nigga, you roll it. Right. That's hilarious. But I feel like it went to a spot where it's like we're against each other now. And it's not because we want to be against each other. It's because the powers that be are making it easier for the woman to not have a man, to keep us separated. And then, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to do better. We got to like break the system, and because we need each other.
I agree. Women continue to be incentivized to be single. Mm-hmm. They give you assistance, and when it started, you couldn't have the father in the household if you were getting it because they're like, if he can help you, then
why would you? Exactly.
Well, for our people specifically, because other races that I'm races that are not of color, they'll get assistance in different ways, subsidized housing and stuff like that, but they could let them keep their family together. They didn't give them the option, like, oh, he don't have to, or tell them that he don't have to be. They had the option to have a man in the house with them and still get some. It was different. It's not the same type of assistance, but it was helping with living conditions, just like in the black community or whatever. But they could keep their family together. They wanted to separate the family, and now women began to go to work. So now financially they don't, because they're able to go to work and provide financially for themselves. And then, but I hate this
narrative.
This narrative that a woman doesn't need a man. I don't agree with that. Like, when I deal with men, or when I'm in a relationship or whatever, or even before we even get to that point, like if I'm like a man and I'm dealing with him, like, I make him feel needed, or I try to do that, even though, because I'm somebody that people are probably like, oh, somebody said that to me one time too, that I was an independent woman, and I don't even, like, because I live alone and take care of myself, and I got offended when they said that, because they were like, you're an independent woman or whatever, and I'm like, but they said it as if this is something that I go around saying to people or something. It's like, no, I mean, technically, because I take care of myself or whatever, but I'm not, and I am proud that I'm able to take care of myself and that I don't need help. But do I throw it in people's face and say, like, oh, no, I don't do that. I don't bring up or whatever. Like, I do have that discussion in my personal life.
Let's kill the narrative. What do you prefer?
What do I prefer?
Yeah, do you prefer having to be independent, or would you rather be in a situation where you know a man would always have your back?
Would you rather be interdependent or independent?
That's why I say I like to come home and I don't have to.
So you prefer to be interdependent?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. I don't think nobody wants to be. Well, for me, it's like, no. Some women, yeah, they be like, I don't care or whatever. But it's like, for me personally, I just don't want to be with someone that I don't want to be with. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship for the sake of not being lonely. Like, that's not. So if I'm never able to find the one that I think is for me, then I'm okay with the realization that I might end up being alone. And I would just deal with my life the way it is. I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself because of that. And I think when a woman says that she's accepted that I might end up being alone, this is a narrative that they tell you: when you hit the wall, you're 30 or over, you're lower risk of being able to give.
I thought it was like
they lower the risk of being able to have children, and fertility is important to men. And then men like youth and beauty and all that, whatever. So they tell women that once you're 30, you have a lower chance of finding someone. So if we're going by that narrative, and if that's really true, then if you're in that position, then you could either lower your standards down to the grave or whatever, because I feel like my standards are not crazy. I'm not one of those women that be like, oh, you got to make 6 figures or more. You got to be 6 feet. And I don't be saying, like, I feel like because you're looking for a small, I mean, there's a lot of men that are tall, but everybody, they probably with somebody if they those things or whatever. So you're not, you're going to have a lower likelihood of finding that, depending on, unless you're that other small percent of woman that man is looking for.
A lot of these standards are the reason that they're the norm is because the dating diaspora now currently is a lot more modern, not traditional values. Women have been taking care of themselves for so long, regardless of what that number looks like. They've been taking care of themselves for so long that they've taught their children how to take care of themselves. Their children have taught their children how to take care of themselves. So it's been a perpetuated gap of women having to do for themselves. So now, because it's been going on for so fucking long, they like, well, I don't need a nigga. You know what I mean? And I feel like at that point, it was either dudes either stepped up and just didn't deal with that particular race, or just didn't marry. But hookup culture has gone up. So people are fucking But then there's still those groups of guys that are not getting anything. So it's really women are recycling the same men, and they're being mad about what they have in the pool, and they're talking about, oh, well, it's not right. I don't want to share a man or whatever. But the problem is that women aren't competing anymore because they don't care about being what you have to be to keep a man. Because getting a nigga to smash is nothing. It's nothing. It's easy work. 300-pounders could get a nigga to smash. But to have a nigga to sustain a relationship, a commitment from a man, which is scary as fuck for a dude to do. We've seen that in the past. We've seen that dudes are afraid to commit. But now even more so because there's a lot more to lose and less to gain. We're not getting a housewife. We're getting a partner, right? We're getting a partner in business.
Sometimes not even that.
But I'm saying that's really what they boil down to. Oh, this is a partnership. Fucking partnership. I'm risking my life for a partner? Fuck that shit. I'm not risking my life for somebody at work.
That's why.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. It's not the same. It's not equal footing as women think it is. Like, well, I work too, and I come home. Yeah. Well, I give up my Gucci. Okay. Like it's not an even exchange. You know what I mean? Okay. You live with this guy. He pays all the bills. That's different. This guy was living in an apartment. You was living in an apartment. You guys cohabitate. He lives where he lives, and you live where you live, and he brings nothing, and you bring nothing, but your genitalia. Then that's all the shit. That's the only thing that's gonna amount to. It's not gonna go any more than that. So what more are you looking for if you're not willing to compromise some of your beliefs? Well, you know what? He cheated. I'm never gonna accept that again. Even with the guys. She cheated on me. I was watching and this is to the point. I was watching a video where a woman married a guy, cheated on the guy with the best friend, and the best friend was married also, and she didn't tell her husband until the woman had a feeling, confronted her about it. Hey, is there something between you guys? And as a woman, just let me know. I respect it either way.
Which woman said that? The wife of the...
Is that movie when they were like
it's not a movie. It's not a movie. The woman felt that there was an awkward interaction. She wasn't coming around anymore, and they were like really close friends, so she felt like something was wrong. Okay. So because of that, she called the woman to confront her about it, and she confessed. But she still hadn't told her husband that she had cheated on her husband with this dude. Then after, from the guilt, she had to go tell her husband after that. So that after, hold on, let me finish, because I know you want to go after that. After she told the husband what had happened, the husband accepted, and he said, you know, here's what's gonna go on. We can't deal with them anymore. We have to cut them out of our lives together. And she agreed to it, and that was the condition. However, what she said was she had trauma. She had been SA'd by a family member when she was younger. And so she had the trauma of that was holding over her. And she explained to him that she was a little crazy. And his response to her was, oh, you're not crazy. You just have a lot to deal with. She was mentally ill. However, she still decided a conscious decision to do what she did. And she felt like, she shouldn't have did it. She probably should have just said no. But it felt good at the moment or whatever. And she was, inebriated. So she took a chance. But she never was attracted to the guy. She never did anything with the guy after that. And that's how that was her thing. But just saying that to say, a man accepting that, you know what I mean, and still dealing with her, we're calling him a simp, or we're calling him, all right, he's working on his marriage. Go.
I'm calling him naive because, first of all, when you get into a relationship with somebody who could potentially be the mother of your kids, her decision making has to be based off of logic and not trauma. Because as soon as we start doing that, it's like, oh, it's inevitable. Like, if you put it like that, it's like it's inevitable that you're not gonna deal with the fuck shit because her life had that and she's used to that. She's incorporated that. It's not like she's, okay, I'm gonna try to be a better person. No, she used that excuse after she did the fuck shit, after the trauma happened. So the only way to avoid that is as soon as you hear, yo, I had these traumas growing up, you can then decide, yo, I don't want to fuck with that. I can't. That's too heavy for me. But because, like you said, the dude was like, oh, you're not crazy, but he tried to downplay how she really was. He was victim because of that decision. That's why it's like not everybody is capable to lead. Yes, he was a victim of his judgment being off. And because his judgment was off, now you dealing with a bitch that is willing to fuck your mans, your best friend. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he thinking, oh, I'm safe because I'm with my wife, he's with their wife. You see what I'm saying? No, like, we don't even know how long this shit's been happening. You see what I'm saying? It's like...
It just happened one time.
All I'm saying, that's what she told us.
Right.
All I'm saying is...
From the information that we received.
All I'm saying is there has to be there has to be signs that you say, yo, I don't need to fuck with her because of her mentality, and it's not changing. It's not like I see it changing, so it's gonna get worse. If it don't get better, it's gonna get worse. So yeah, bro, you gotta use discernment when you picking these females, bro. Like if they say they're crazy, believe them. Don't doubt them. Oh, it's not that bad. Don't do none of that. Just make a conscious decision. Like, do I really want to deal with the repercussions if she does wig out? Because I'm not telling no female I'm crazy. No, like, that's not true.
What about you, Erika? How you feel about that?
What was...
Woman, she cheated on her husband and she told him that he took her back.
If that's what he wanted to do.
Do you think he's foolish for taking her back, or no?
If she doesn't do it, what is the reason why he left her? Oh, because she cheated on him.
Right.
If she doesn't do it again, then with his best friend.
Yeah, friend of the family. It was at the wedding, something like that. One time they went somewhere.
Men and women are different.
Right.
If a man cheated on me, I'm gonna be mad because I don't want to get cheated on. But I don't think I would leave him for it. We would just have to deal with it.
What do you think was in her mind?
But for a man, men usually leave women when they cheat on them, and then it also depends on who. Now, if my man cheated on me with like a close friend or something, then that would change the dynamic and then I would be mad at my friend also, or a family member or something like that's crazy. That changes things. Or if he brings a child into it because of that, then that changes things. But if you just cheat and
So she said she could tolerate the cheating, but she just like don't be disrespectful.
I got another joint for you.
All right.
I saw a video yesterday. It was an ex-worker.
Oh shit.
She had ex with over 120 college students during spring break.
That's sick.
That's one thing.
That's sick.
She's an advocate for women liberating themselves sexually.
She's Lilith. She's a Lilith baby.
She said her exact words to a comment. What do you think about a father and son threesome? She said, I think it's brilliant.
So, like I made a joke about this, but the reason why I think that's a Lilith baby is because that's a masculine thing to want to do. Like, a masculine thing is like, yo, I could have the mother and the daughter, or I could have two of the sisters, or you see what I'm saying? That's some masculine shit. So once a woman gets into that mentality of really masculinity, like, yeah, I could have a father and a son. That's like, we're like, as men, we're gonna interpret it as whore, or you know what I'm saying?
Let's understand like that. Every woman comes from something. So let's look at it like this.
That's why I'm saying.
Are we going to lower our standards to accept that women may have a past as well? Because men,
that's not just the past.
Because women are judged by their past and men are judged by their future. However, if we're gonna look at, you know, she used to be a stripper, she's changed her life, or she used to be a OnlyFans or whatever, she changed her life. Are we going to lower our standards and say, if this woman is beautiful and she's deciding to change her life around, she wants to do things differently now, is it okay for a man, hold on, let me finish the point, let me finish the statement, a question I meant. Is it okay for a man to accept this woman's past if she has changed her life and she's willing to make all of the necessary changes to be what he needs her to be?
No, because if we're basing it on a general scale, you're not messing with no chick with no OnlyFans. You're not wifing. Like, if we're talking about reproducing and
but then
being,
that's subjective.
hold on.
Subjective.
We're not even talking. We're not even when talking.
You say to me, right?
Hold on. What I'm saying is, it is subjective. You're right. But it's subjective to the point that it's all to. If it's me and you and E, we're not gonna go into the situation wanting people with defects. We're gonna want
but
people.
The objective solution is to accept whatever you get.
That's the objective solution.
Lowering
but like
standards.
I said, if you're going into any relationship, period, where I'm not fucking with no corn star, I'm not messing with a girl that used to be a prostitute. I'm not messing with a girl that's telling me that she had over 300 bodies.
You may
see
limit
what
your
I'm saying?
options.
And all I'm saying is the general consensus is everybody is not going into that unless they feel lower about themselves. So the people that feel like, yo, I have to because I don't have no options, they're the ones that are saying, hey, I'll fuck with her, I don't care. But this is what I'm saying, like, everybody else, the normal people, the people that
but
have,
you say everybody else.
I'm just saying the people that have choices, the people that have standards, the people that have, you know, consideration about what they're willing to deal with, aren't going for that.
When you specify a group, that makes it subjective.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it is subjective.
Absolute. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to solve the problem, and this is what I was saying in our group, I was saying and a lot of times we interview people for a job, and this is business-wise, but it relates to what we're talking about. When we interview people for a job, we ask them a question in the interview. What is the first step to solving a problem? Right? And a lot of people get it wrong. So if I'm referring you most of the time, I'll tell you what that answer is. You know what I mean? Because I know you're going to get it wrong, even though there's no right or wrong answer, but there is. Because there's actually steps to finding a solution to a problem. The very first step to solving a problem is identifying the problem. You can't solve a problem without knowing what the fuck the problem is. And a lot of people don't even think about that. A lot of people be like, first you got to talk to people. For what? Talk to people about what? What are you talking to people about?
The problem.
The problem. Find out what the problem is. And then the hardest thing is identifying the problem, because the problem is subjective. Because everybody has different problems. Some people can't get women, some people get too many women, right? Yeah. So then the guys that get too many women, they still have a problem. Everybody has a universal problem. The objective is to solve the universal problem, the problem that affects everybody, that can make it easier for those in entirety that have an issue with this. How do we get everybody to be on the same page? How do we get everybody to marry? Because the problem is that we don't have people marriageable. We don't have people in relationships that last. We have broken homes. We have co-parenting and this and that. How do we fix that? It could be the selection, right? Or it could be kind of dealing with things on a more dutiful respect than so much of an emotional respect. Because a lot of people think about it as like, well, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this person because they don't make me happy. All right, well, you're just not a happy fucking person. You're a fucking miserable person. So you're never going to find nobody that's going to make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And then find somebody that can help you sustain your happiness. But it's not going to just happen overnight. You're not going to just be, be in a relationship and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. But there are some times that you meet a person that's faking it. Because they don't like the way that you smell when you wake up in the morning and you try to kiss them and shit. They don't like the fucking way that you leave the bathroom because you don't clean shit. You just go in there and fuck shit up. They don't like when you leave shit on, when you leave out the house like you pay an electricity bill. Nobody likes none of that shit. But they tolerate it because they have feelings for you. So they don't even bring that up because it's going to start an argument. But that's the problem. We can't be transparent with each other because our standards are so fucking high that anything will tip us off. And we're just like, well, you know what, I'll find somebody else. And then we end up being lonely for months or years because we like, oh, I'm single by choice. Sometimes you are, but a lot of times you're single by choice because you have a purpose that's driving you to be single. You know what I mean? You're separating yourself from society so that you can achieve some goal in your life. But you're not just separating yourself from women because you hate women. Nah, you're gonna be out here fucking. You know what I mean? Probably fucking and not maybe making a commitment to anybody, but you're having sex. You know what I mean? But if you're not having sex and you're not being in a relationship because you're waiting for a relationship, then you got to think about yourself. You got to be like, all right, you know what? Maybe there's some things that I need to change that's going to make me be more of a selectable person. And it could be little things. It doesn't have to be anything big like growing an extra inch on your height or fucking, losing some weight. It could be personality. It could be being more tolerant. Could be being more patient, being more understanding. Things that you want in other people, you got to portray those things first. And that's why I be saying to women, like, you want somebody that's going to be around, right? Okay, cook, clean. Don't complain about everything for this nigga. And the nigga probably will stay. He won't just come here, fuck you, and then won't call you all day. You be wondering if the nigga likes you or not. No.
But Smiley,
make that nigga pancakes.
I think one thing that you're forgetting about is the underlying issue is that they have a past. So even if they do what they're supposed to do because of their past, it's not going to get to that point.
That's a personal thing, and that's, again, lowering standards.
That's general.
But that's a personal thing because you have to lower your standards to accept that people have a past, whether they share with you or not.
So you're saying you're lowering your standards.
You have to lower your standards to a degree.
So you're saying you're lowering your standards. So
you don't mind
again. You don't mind dating a porn star.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm saying an overall objective to say people need to lower their standards. But to say what you're saying, okay, in a subjective stance, if I were being with someone, I would prefer somebody to not have a diminishing past that's detrimental to my fucking the way people perceive me, because I have a brand, right? So I don't want them to tarnish my brand. Now, if I accept them as my person, people are gonna dig. But if I accept them as my person without having that shit in the forefront, then I've taken the idea of, like, you know what, I don't give a fuck about what happens to that person, and that's how I defend it. Whatever happened in their past, that happened in their past. What we have right now is what we have right now, and that's what I respect.
So let's give them hope, and I'm asking you, how does somebody with a tarnished past get good with Smiley? Let me know how. Give them some game on how they could.
Again, we personalizing it, but let's just be clear. If I'm gonna teach people something, I can't do it personally, because everybody's not me, and everybody's not gonna behave the same way I behave.
That's cool. I just want to know how you would do it.
If you're behaving as if you haven't gone through whatever happened in your past, like when it'd be like, you don't look like what you went through. And you don't move that way. If you're behaving like the woman that he wants you to be, that's what he's saying. Then certain stuff won't.
But what I'm asking you is if she has the past, right? If it's not like
you
behaving
only know
like,
it because you told me. That's the only way I
told
know.
you.
You don't turn the typical.
She told you
that.
She told you from the jump street. She didn't hide it.
Honorable.
But
that's what's honorable.
But
now you got to stand on. Now you got to stand.
That's
on
what I'm saying. Either you're gonna deal with her, and I'm asking you.
So now the onus is on me.
I'm asking you, how does a person that way get a chance with you?
Be yourself.
If it's possible.
Be yourself and be somebody that's already
fine.
Okay, but
you
what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Be yourself and already be somebody that I find attractive. Okay. If you're somebody that I find attractive, and I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? I'm willing to deal with certain things. There's certain things that I just can't deal with. It's just not gonna happen.
So what's the nose?
I think the nose could be subjective, but it's just for me, right?
For you.
So for me, my nose will personally be, you can't have more than 2 kids. I don't even want you to have any kids, but if you do have a kid, especially if you have more than 2, that shit just doesn't work. If you have more than 1, that doesn't even work. So I just be clear, because I was want a kid. I want a kid. But that's what I'm saying. Me is the subjective truth.
It's all good.
Because it's just what makes me think. But what I eat will make you shit. You understand what I'm saying?
It's all good, bro.
But this is why I like to speak, especially when we're speaking to a crowd, because we have to speak from a neutral standpoint.
Think about it, bro.
But hold on. Listen to where I'm going with this.
Go ahead.
You have to speak from a neutral standpoint, because there's other people that are watching this and interpreting, oh, well, this is how guys are supposed to be. No, I'm not telling a nigga to be like me. But I'm saying the way that I look at shit is like, if I want things to be a certain type of outcome for me, then I have to accept certain consequences in certain situations. If I don't have what you really need, if I don't have those tools to get that, then I have to accept certain things. So like, if I was a dude that had like, I'm not saying I'm the most handsome guy in the world, but if I had like a deformed face, my nose was to the side, I had cauliflower ear, you know what I mean, lazy eye, all this other shit, you know what I mean, missing mad teeth, I think it would be more difficult for me to find a woman. But I know that there are gorgeous women that will let you have their viscous innards and still don't give a fuck about what you look like. But there's a consequence that comes with that. You know that that's just for monetary. You know that's probably just she wants something out of you because it's not for your looks, bro. You know what I mean? It could be she's looking into your soul. It could be one of those type of women, or you're intelligent, you're super brilliant. So she could see that, and maybe she's attracted to that. But I'm just saying, overall, most of the time, if it looks like a duck, you know, all that other shit.
Quack.
You know what I mean?
All right, so let me say this.
Go ahead.
I feel like I agree with what you're saying, but it's almost like giving false hope when it comes to you. It's like, yeah, you know, anything is possible, but me specifically, I ain't fucking with you, bitch. And that's why it's like, cause me personally, I'm not even gonna pretend like it's all about connection. Either you connected with somebody and they fuck with you, and the deeper the connection, the more they're willing to put up with, to deal with. You see what I'm saying? Because
but that's what I'm saying right there, put up with. Because you're already putting up with
you're going to put up with shit, period.
So
it don't matter. There's no perfect relationship.
I'm not accepting putting
you're
up
always
with shit.
You're going to have to put up with shit.
And having to put up with all these other toddlers running around the house.
I agree.
All these other fathers mad because...
That's the part I agree on.
You know what I mean?
That's the part I agree on.
It's a lot of other shit that comes with that. And that's what I'm saying. Is that a responsibility that you're willing to take on? And don't say, oh, well, real man, don't give me that shit. Nigga, if that's the nigga that want to do it, and that's why I said the objective thing will be lowering your standards.
I give up what I put in.
Lowering your fucking standards.
I give up
because if you're going to deal with a woman...
If I have a child...
you don't have that many kids...
I'll mess with a female with a child.
All right. Nobody's saying there's anything wrong with that. But when you talk about it
over
subjectively,
that, hold on.
You talk about it subjectively.
Yeah, I'm talking about it for me.
That's what I'm saying. When you talk about it subjectively, it doesn't speak to the masses. There's a lot of men out there that don't have to be with a woman that has a child. Let me tell you why it speaks to the masses. There's a lot of men out there that don't have children that don't have to be with a woman that has a kid.
Our opinions is what's speaking to the masses. This is why this show is so fucking exactly. This is why this show is so fucking is gaining traction, is because we're giving our opinions, and our opinions are shared by millions of people watching. You see what I'm saying? So it's important to give our true opinion and not just opinion that we think sounds good, because if we hold on, that's what I agree. It's not about sounding good.
Making it conflicting.
It's about if you're really solving it. I agree 100%. And what I'm saying is some of our opinions don't reflect solving anything. It just reflects, hey, they're fucking up, and we're aware that this is going down. You see what I'm saying?
Because I'm transparent. So when I personalize it, I have to say what my opinion is, or what my truth is.
Exactly,
you know
Smiley.
And my truth of how I feel is not necessarily the objective truth. It can't go off of my feelings. It has to go off of what's actually the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is what's gonna get better results for the young men out there. Better results for the young men out there is understanding the nature of women, right? Not just doing shit because, oh, you know what I mean, I'm just going to work with it. Listen, you got to understand certain shit. If you don't understand these things, you're not going to progress. Now, I know I didn't elaborate on what that means, understanding female nature, but just listen to what the fuck we're saying. We got 2 men and we have a woman on the panel. Just watch the fucking videos and see what the fuck we mean by the specificity between genders and how it should possibly be.
That's what I'm saying, Smiley. What you're saying is exactly what I'm saying, but you're saying it in a different way. We have 2 different genders, and we think a certain way, and women think a certain way. What you're saying is emotionally, you can't make certain decisions, and I agree 100%. That's why I believe a lot of women aren't qualified to be leaders, because they're going to think emotionally, and that's at a detriment to the country, the man, whoever, right? But what you're saying is you use your logic to have your truth. That is not opinion. That's just like that's what it's supposed to be. Like, you get your logic from your understanding and you say, yo, this makes sense. I'm going to go about it this way. You being a man, you can't afford to be making bad calls in your judgment and looked upon as a good leader. So it's hand in hand. Your truth is that you're in your energy and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So if that's the case, you can't, like, of course we're not going to approach it emotionally. If you're not going to approach it emotionally and you're approaching it logically, then there's nothing wrong with how you approached it. Am I making sense, bro? Like, I know I'm high as fuck. I'm definitely lifted.
But I see what you're saying. Okay. So let's do this. What we were talking about initially was men who accept women that just want to be with you for the money. They get whatever they get. If you identify that and you be with that type of woman, you stupid. You deserve to get what you get.
Yeah, that's what I think, at least.
I'm not disagreeing that if you be with somebody under the pretenses that everything's going to be great or whatever, but there's situations like Sam Rothstein and Ginger, right?
Yeah,
in the casino.
She was
you
toxic
remember
as
in the
hell.
beginning of the relationship, they already established, like, yo, this is what it's going to be. And I don't care. You don't have to love me. You'll learn to love me. I just want you to have my child and da da da.
She didn't even honor. She didn't even honor that agreement, bro. She smashed it by smashing. Oh boy, and she smashed what's the name? The nigga that they killed, Joe Pesci, bro.
Right.
Like, yo, he was wild. He was wild.
But this what I'm saying. He knew what it was.
Yeah, he did.
You feel me? In the whole movie, like, you watched the whole movie, he knew what it was, but he just wanted to
He didn't give a fuck.
Think that, yo, he got his trophy wife or whatever.
Oh, you talking about left? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, any man that's watching that would be like, yo, he got everything. So it don't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
You drop your phone, man?
But then,
my phone?
a lot of
How
us,
my phone get all the way over there? Yeah, that's a jump.
a lot of us talk about morals and characteristics and such. You know what I mean? But you accepting somebody with their flaws, doesn't that make you a good person?
It depends. You could be good and stupid at the same time.
I'm just saying, like,
you could be
you
good
know what
and
you're dealing
naive
with.
at the same time, my nigga. Some people, kindness is
You want to do
bites them in
something
their
good
ass.
for somebody. You want something in return, yo. You want something in return, and you want to do something good for somebody. That's a good faith intention. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody doing something for me and I'm an asshole, I don't think I deserve it.
But that's why
that
I said,
humble me.
Smiley, we're wired to think logically, bro. Like, if we're doing something, it's at the detriment of our reputation or our just our truth. You see what I'm saying? So anything you do for somebody or they do for you, just in general, you're just gonna want to help somebody who's trying to help you, right? And then not to mention this person wants to be with you. They want to have your kids. They want to, you know what I mean, spend a life with you. So now you going out on a limb like, yo, this girl, like, I think I'm at that stage where I care about her. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we're at the point now where one moment is all it takes to disrupt a whole timeline. Because if she's down to do that one moment, it's gonna happen again. And like, yo, if I could get away with it, then maybe I could, you know what I'm saying? And I can't go for that, bro. Like, I can't go for that.
Can your wife have male friends?
Yeah, I work. And she's never chilling with them outside of work.
That's what I'm saying, outside of work.
Nah.
I mean, have no friends at all. No male friends.
She can have a male friend, but we all, like, we'll have to be both of our friends. It couldn't just be her friend. You know what I mean?
Just like,
So
just like that married dude.
Yeah.
Just like that married dude with his wife. They had a friend. They had a mutual friend.
Nah, that was different because I think they was friends before.
Nah, they all was like a couple friendship type of shit.
Oh, well, if they met on that couple shit, I don't think that's just a good idea. So I don't think I would even mix up. I feel like this is what I'm talking about. There is certain things like you have to be able to avoid to not get caught up in that shit. And you can only be naive as a man, like, oh, okay, this is not gonna happen. Like, yo, you and your girl, think of it like this. You and your girl is bored. And you're like, oh, let's get a couple, like, so we could chill with, so we know that they not gonna do nothing, and you know what I'm saying? And y'all get cool as fuck. Y'all going on vacations together. Everything is cool. And then all of a sudden, old girl starts like, yo, shit is off. Like, dude hasn't been coming home, and I feel like your wife hasn't been hitting me up and trying to hang out. Like, I think something is wrong. And then you find out that your wife has been cheating this whole time. It's like, yo, bro, there has to be warning signs prior to these situations that you have to be able to say, maybe this isn't it. And then we ignore it. Love makes you ignore it. And that's what I don't want. I don't want love to make me ignorant to situations that I'm gonna dealing with certain people. That's why discernment is so real, bro. If I wouldn't let my girl have a certain perception about somebody who I felt like was evil, I'm not gonna let myself have a certain perception or just be cool with seeing signs of damage and then just, oh, well, fuck it. I can't do it for myself. I can't do it for my girl. I can't do it for my kids, bro.
I think it's just really good to definitely with lowering your standards, have an open perspective on it. Because like,
you have to.
Because like, yo, like it's a lot of shit. Like everybody got their shit. And then when you dealing with somebody, say you dealing with somebody that's like everything, and you've been with them for a good amount of time, and it hasn't happened in a while, but like maybe like let's just say 8 years later, they wake up, they be having night terrors. And they get up like in Step Brothers, get up running around the house, breaking shit, opening the stove, putting the couch and cushions and shit in the oven.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
See, I could deal with that as long as
you can deal with that. You can deal with that.
If it's not cheating.
So that's something that you got to deal with. You know, taking all the or squeezing all the toothpaste out in the sink.
I might strap that bitch down.
You might have to strap her down.
I might just strap her down. Like, man, I love you. I know you be wildin'. I'm gonna have to strap you down.
Lock her crazy ass in the basement.
Strap you down. I'm gonna get the nice soft pleather.
That's crazy.
Straps with the pads, you know
what happened last night?
I don't know. You was here. I had the camera on you.
Watch the video.
You know what I'm saying?
Paranormal activity.
You ain't turned into a werewolf today. You know what I mean? I was watching the whole time, like.
But for real, like that's some real shit to think about. Like
I think it's a two-part thing that sometimes people need to lower their standard or massage them a bit. They don't have to be in the gutter, but sometimes you gotta look at it and say, am I asking for too much? And also, some people need to look at themselves and do self-reflecting and see if there's anything that they need to change. Like, are you what that person is looking for also? But I think a lot of people just focus on what they want and not what the other person that they want is looking for.
Yo, on a music note, anybody heard Kendrick Lamar?
I heard most of it. I ain't heard all of it. But...
Did you hear the track that was Lil Wayne, the Lil Wayne track?
That's what I went to first.
Whacked off
Murals or whatever. Yeah.
Whacked off Murals.
I sure did listen to it. It's growing on me.
That little part was not like.
Nah, it wasn't crazy.
A big jab, like, you know.
But it was a jab though. It was a jab. He was saying niggas is sensitive and shit, and that definitely was a jab because you got a history of Wayne. Like I love
Wayne.
Wayne
Responded.
Yeah, he did.
He responded.
He did.
He want all the smoke.
I don't know. Nah, I ain't hear that response. I heard leave him alone. Like
he wanted.
I heard leave his ass alone. I don't think when somebody says they leave me alone, and then we gonna look at. Let's look at.
He said it more like a "Don't do this, kid."
Check this out though. Let's look at Lil Wayne's track record in dissing people. You dissed Gilly the Kid. You dissed Pusha T. He didn't win that one. You dissed. What else did Wayne diss? He dissed Jay-Z. He clearly didn't win that one. Like, who did Wayne go at and destroy their career like a 50 or like you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn. When you put it like that,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like, damn, he can't really do it. But
Kendrick won it all.
So we gonna
Kendrick won it all. Kendrick is 1-0 right now.
The thing about Wayne is Wayne puts out these phenomenal mixtapes.
He can rap his ass off.
He puts out these phenomenal mixtapes.
That's one of my top 5.
And those mixtapes are responses to motherfuckers saying, yo, come back at me. Nah, you know what? My numbers don't lie, bitch. Yeah, exactly. It's like that. It's like I'll smack you with this.
That's how I feel about Drake.
If you do this, I'm gonna.
That's how I feel about Drake.
That's like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Oh, you gonna talk shit to me? Wait until we get on the court. Or Jordan. You see me? You talking shit? Okay, I'm gonna show you it this way. Yeah. You know what I mean? And embarrass you. I'm gonna fuck up your career. How about that?
But that's how I felt about the Nicki and Remy battle. It's like we know that Remy is a battler. So, you know what I mean? But we also know that Nicki, she can rap her fucking ass off.
Nicki gonna
make music. She can rap her fucking ass off.
She gonna make music.
She can make a song. Like a collective of a song. Yeah. Not to say Remy can't make a song too, but I'm just saying she's more of the popular artist. Yeah. She got barbs or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So. I think Nicki is more of an entertainer. Cause she might sing, she might, you know what I mean? She made a whole pop record with the spaceships or satellites or whatever.
Starships,
yeah, that's
meant to fly.
That's a pop record.
Shout out to Nicki.
Straight out.
Shout out to Nicki. I love the interview.
She right. I love the fuck with her because she right.
I love the interview, Nicki.
I told you my only gripe.
Would you like that, Erika? Like honestly, if we could interview Nicki Minaj.
My only gripe with Nicki is that she's not a boss of like up and coming artists. I want her to have her own shit where she's like, oh, okay, because I would love what's her name? Lady London. I would love her to be signed to Nicki and Nicki kind of help her find her way around the industry and you know what I mean? Because I feel like Nicki's solid, yo.
Without getting naked.
Ooh. Yeah. Good segue, because then you want to discuss that? Like, how do we feel about
that's true.
Women being sexualized in entertainment. Or
it's crazy. It's like it's a hate and love for me.
It's that same thing where you look at
because I love seeing them.
An objective
love seeing them.
How do you get people to pay attention?
Exactly.
Sex. You know what I mean?
But you know who winning with that? Thames. She winning with that. You've never seen her ass in a thong, like just straight out. You've never seen her. You know what I mean? She's sexy.
Yeah, but I mean,
but she's fully clothed.
But I don't hear. I mean, personally, I mean, I'm under a rock. I don't hear too much about Tim's like that.
Fully clothed, like bodysuits.
I've heard her songs, her few songs that I've heard that were mainstream, but it seems like there's more other artists that are coming out more. She's not really. She don't have that banger like when she first came out, and it always happened.
I mean, that's what it goes.
But the women that are being objectified, those are the women that are coming up.
Well, it don't matter what they talk about.
Well, we know why
the Iries are out of style.
We know, like you said before, it's like when we have certain conversations, it's like we have to address the problem to know the answer. You see what I'm saying? And the problem with that, let's address it, is the men that's putting the money behind that shit to perpetuate these women this way. It's not our men. You know what I mean? We like it, but we're not responsible for
by watching and supporting the people that support OnlyFans.
I mean, women. I mean, think about it. More women are fans of Sexy Red than men. So we're not gonna say that. They're watching it. They're watching it more than we are. You know what I mean? There's way more fans of Megan Thee Stallion in the female community than the male community. So it's the women that's really watching it and supporting this shit in the majority. Like, niggas like to see it, but we're not paying to get the album. We're not paying to support, you know what I mean, the artist. We just like to see it. Like, I can't play WAP in the car with my daughter and then, you know what I mean? You know, I can't do that shit. I can't play a lot of my shit too, but I do have songs that I could play. So that's how I gauge that shit. Like, if there's just no message at all that I could play for my kid, then it's just like, we know what the agenda is. And it's not black men that's doing it. It's the people that's in charge of those companies, those hip hop rappers that's saying, hey, we want you to say this to your community and we'll give you this bag. That's why I said, like, you gotta have certain principles to be like, man, the bag ain't worth it. Because if you don't, then that's why we have all these over-sexualized women and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
They had, they offered Mike Tyson $250,000 to some corn site or some company. They go live, and they offered him $250,000 to stand up there for a few minutes, I think, and show his cheeks.
But he already did, so he probably will again. He did that shit on the Jake Paul shit for free.
Yeah, that's why they got the idea.
Oh, he did.
Because they want him on their show now.
That's crazy, yo. This shit is out of control. He probably do it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sex sells, man. It's terrible.
Would you show your cheeks for $250,000?
No, our daughter. I don't need my daughter.
It's the great.
Yeah, I seen. My mommy said she seen your daddy bareback. Motherfucking.
Yo, the Pop the Balloon show is degrading too. I was watching the Pop the Balloon show and I seen Lil Woody and
Orlando
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh man, on Skinbone. Skinbone's 20B too. Man, oh boy.
All three of them is characters. So.
Yo, it was crazy.
They were probably fighting to get attention, though. Who's gonna be the funniest?
A fight broke out. Oh, it was crazy.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a part two. The part two ain't even played yet.
With Orlando and them or no?
Yeah, it was that show.
Oh shit.
I'm tired of Orlando. After he did that interview with Funny Marco and Ray J.
What happened?
And he was
what
stuck in the microphone.
What?
That was too much.
Oh no.
Oh no. Would you interview him?
No, he's something wrong with him. Or he just pretending whatever it is, he doing too much.
That's like selling your soul.
Nah, I'm not paying a nigga to act a donkey on my show.
That's like selling your soul.
That nigga, like, I'm paying him to act like that.
That's what this
got $500, so I'll do it for $500. But I'm wild the fuck out.
The whole thing about the internet is what I was telling somebody about before. That I learned the term that I learned on Clubhouse was social currency, and really, It's just basically the value that you get from views on different social platforms. Becoming an influencer and being known as something that a lot of people are going to listen to, a lot of people are going to subscribe to your ideologies, that's a power that gets abused often because a lot of people that's doing it, they're not fucking mentors, they're not fucking scholars, they're not fucking psychologists, they're not role models, they're not none of that shit. They're just people that are getting up there and just trying to be famous on the internet. But I always said this to us this on the show, and anybody can attest to this, is that I look at this as a form of therapy, basically saying things, but I identify that I'm speaking to a mass of people, so I don't want to say something that's gonna make me look like I'm just retarded and just saying anything. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. I don't want people thinking of me like I'm just some crazy person that's just blurting stuff out. Like, I'm very conscious and very aware of everything that I say. So when I'm saying all of this stuff, I'm saying this from a place of intention where I know what the internet is used for, and we're not using it for that purpose. Having a real honest conversation about something, which is why I don't like to really personalize. I like to generalize most of my points. But I look at every individual as we're like a blank canvas, right? And every day we put something up there. You know what I mean? And that's what we build. That becomes our form of character, how we express ourselves to everybody. And everybody sees us this way, right? But nobody sees the full potential of what you can be. There's still blank areas on that canvas that haven't been painted yet. So that's like, we're like a work of art that hasn't been completed. You know what I mean? Some deep shit. But a lot of people just think about us as like, okay, it's a black and white way to look at things. No, there's so many different layers to everywhere that people think about things. That's why I say good and bad is subjective. Because what somebody may see as good, another person may see as bad. There's people that really care about animals. If there's an animal trying to attack somebody and somebody else comes and runs them over with the car, they're like, oh my God, you're a hero. And then the other person's like, oh my God, you just killed that moose. Motherfucker, that moose was about to mow this dude down with his kids. It's okay, it's nature. Like, you know what I mean? They say crazy shit like that. So the shit that I'm not saying is no more crazy than that. That life is precious beyond everything, but we all tend to diminish value because of certain circumstances, because of society's ideologies, and not looking at, okay, what are your experiences with this? What has worked better for you and what has worked worse? Well, what's worked better for me is me just accepting that, okay, this is how some people are, and I can't teach them this overnight. They have to want to learn that shit. What's worked worse for me is just assuming that this person should already know this shit that I had to learn. And I land my plane there.
I think we should always talk at the excuse of we're doing this out of our best interest. And if we're doing this out of our best interest, it has to be subjective to you. It has to be. Like, whatever we feel has to be subjective to what we're saying, because that's why we're saying it. That's what we call our truth. Our truth is why we decide to be what you said was a good person. Like you said, it's subjective. So that's the subjective part of it. The part that you're saying, yo, this is my belief, and I can't say it's solid 100%, but this is how I feel. And I feel this way because of my experiences in my life that made me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why consent is so important. That's why what you do believe is important, bro, because that's why we're here. That's who we are. We're not really how we see each other, but we're how we treat each other.
What do you think?
What's the question?
Shit. I'm saying a lot. But I was just saying that we just have to accept people for who they are. And then if it's somebody that you actually are fond of or whatever, then you should give that person a chance. You know, saying, well, not just settling, but saying like it could be worse. You know, given the circumstances, we've all went through certain shit. They're accepting my shit, so should I accept their shit? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like it's okay for people to date serial killers, but if that's what you want to do, then there's something that you've seen in that person that's different than what everybody sees, and that's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
Lowering your standards doesn't necessarily mean go out here and date serial killers. It doesn't mean that. What it means is
weigh the pros and the cons.
Yeah,
Prioritize
like, you know
what's
what I mean?
most important.
What's more important? Yeah. If that person makes you happy, then fucking be with them. Don't give a fuck about what the person say. Oh, you know, I'm not with them. Look at their ears. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, so what?
Absolutely, I agree.
You know what I mean? That's your shit. That's your shit. I never judge nobody on who they choose. You know what I mean? I don't judge. Like, when I say I don't judge them, I'm not gonna like go up to their face and be like, yo, why you be with her? Like, you crazy, yo. You wild. You could have did way better
That's
than
why I
that.
got the bottle, because I could have got the can, but I was like, nah, I like this shit.
I was offended when somebody said that to me, like, you know what I mean, about something, and I was like, yo,
I thought it was glass.
You were offended when somebody said what?
somebody had said like, yo, you could do better than such and such, and the girl was actually my joint, so I was like, yo, like, you know what I mean, it felt some type of way, but I let it slide because I understand people, like, you know what I mean, people identify certain shit, but they don't understand all of the shit that comes with you being in certain relationships. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times there's trauma bonds, there's all different types of shit.
Yeah.
You coming up through certain shit with somebody, you might be closer to that person than other people. So it's more to it than that. And the looks is always a factor, because if you with somebody for a long time, you know, beauty fades. You know what I mean? Like, dudes might, I don't know, improve when they get older because they might work on themselves a little bit more or whatever, but everybody gets old, you know what I mean? But the thing that's attractive is youth. Youth is always attractive, and younger women always find older men attractive. It's crazy. And the older women be like, what she seeing him? He ain't shit. You know, they lonely, they by themselves, and be settling for whatever they get. Well, they don't settle. That's the thing. They don't settle.
They don't have to, man.
They don't have to settle. Because hookup culture is in. It's there. It's there for who wants it. You know what I mean? It's just the thing, like, you have to accept outcomes. Because, look, the dude is the dude that holds the key to being in a relationship. Because if she just giving up the kitty, he could say, well, shit, I ain't want to be with you like that. I just smashed. It was convenient. Wasn't nothing else to do. But the woman, she can say, you know what I mean, well, I'm going to give it to him or not before it even happens.
Yeah, I know. We got so far from our purpose, bro, and there's so much people on the earth that it's just like, of course, bro, it makes sense that people still want to fuck. You still want to feel something good. You still want to catch that post-nut clarity where it's like, damn, that shit, I needed that. You see what I'm saying?
Like, refresh.
I'm telling you.
So what is cheating? Is cheating still bad in 2024?
Yeah, cheating is just bad because you're hurting the other person that you claim you love. And you shouldn't have to cheat, just like E said. Like, you should just be real. But it's hard to find somebody with the mentality that, like, yeah, sometimes he's just going to think with his dick. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think that's cool? Do you think that would be acceptable if men had that clause
People be
in the
calling
relationship?
up on Kendra.
If they had
they
that
do.
compromise,
It's
do you
called
think that
successful men.
People
like that hall pass, like that hall pass, like
successful
you
men
have
get
a hall
pass,
pass.
Smiley. Successful men, mafia men,
all right. So that's
people
what
of
you're
power. They
That's
get
what you're
that.
saying.
Why you think they have
They
all
don't
them
even
damn
have to
kids?
the chick like you.
Think of
He
Nick
says
Cannon.
successful men.
Think
He
of
says
Nick.
successful
Think of
men.
Nick Cannon. Why you think he has all them kids? And then people they can say whatever they want about it. He can take care of all them fucking kids.
Who's his woman though?
Don't matter.
Cannon said he was clinically diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder.
It probably was, but not everybody has that decides to have all them damn kids with different baby mothers. It's a product. It's a product of successful men.
But
They're just going to breed.
He said he wants more.
That's what I'm saying. It's the product of successful men. They're just gonna breed because they can. It's like we don't want to have too many kids because of money.
Let me ask you $1 million question. Do you think a person can have a successful marriage if they've only cheated once?
If the person takes them back, then yeah.
If they took them back, is their marriage going to be successful? They've only cheated once. They've done all the work. They've got the therapy, all that shit. They got beautiful kids, everything.
If I cheated once,
is good.
Yes. If she cheated once, no.
Ooh, okay, double standard.
Simple.
What about you? How do you feel?
I mean, I don't think that could not be the only factor. If nothing else goes wrong, then yeah. If you're both doing your part, then it should work. Okay. There's gonna be days where something gonna happen, something in general. Like, but you gotta be willing to work on it and get through it. So if you're doing that, then it's gonna work through anything. But you have to pick the right person to go through those things with, because if it's somebody that you really can't stand, it make things 10 times worse when you gotta go through those things together. Because, like, damn, I already can't stand it.
Now, would that be considered lowering standards? Yeah, accepting taking somebody back?
Yep.
No.
After they cheated on you?
Yep.
No, not if you feel like... I feel like a lot of women that left guys for cheating.
So it is lowering my standards if I decide to.
I feel like a lot of women that left men that cheated on them, they still wanted him. And it was hard. They still had to take time to move on from him even after, because they really wanted to be with him, but they just didn't want to get cheated on, so they left.
That don't matter how they feel. How they
feel
didn't stop them. So therefore, their feelings wasn't reflective of their actions. That's why women that get us jammed up acting off of their feelings instead of yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't their feelings. I'm saying their feelings was the reason why they were in that predicament in the first place. You see what I'm saying? It's their feelings. It's like maybe I shouldn't.
So they lying.
But as soon as you lie to your feelings, as soon as you lie to your man,
feelings for him, but you did something like that.
You've been lying.
Was really for your man.
It wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first act of deception.
You wouldn't have done that if you had no feelings for him. What was it?
It wasn't the first act of deception. It was some type of reaction
to it, unless he raped you. Oh, I'm sorry, raped you.
Yeah,
exactly.
You had I'm saying they.
It was consensual.
But they
she
still
admitted it was consensual. You watched the video with me.
With that
dude when he was reviewing the video of the woman that was married and she was talking about her husband and she cheated on her husband with the dude at the party, and then he was like, first of all, you were 304. Remember?
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That video.
Damn.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't condone cheating.
That's a crazy
situation. I don't think you should do that.
It is a crazy situation.
Like I said, women stay with men all the time their actions. They cheat. They always take them back.
But he chose her.
That's what I said. People got to be accountable for their actions. He fucked up because he chose her.
If she put her kids in the microwave, he gonna still take her back.
What?
I mean, I don't know. That sounds morbid as fuck, but maybe. He makes bad choices, so I wouldn't be supposed. I
just know.
I wouldn't completely.
I feel like he would accept anything that she does.
I know people that
she really made a video about it, bro. Come on.
I know people that will wipe.
You really that comfortable to make a video about it?
I know people that will wipe corn sauce. So.
I mean, that's one thing, but that's different.
I mean, not to me.
Because that's your job. If that's their job and you accept that and you know that that's their job, then that's on you. That's not on them. You know what I mean? You already accepted it, saying, okay, this is what they do for a profession. Do I want to deal with them or not? If you say yes,
I'm not disagreeing. It is on you, but that's what I'm saying. It's an L. It's like certain things you got to just know. It has to be.
And that's lowering your standard.
This is but that might not be his standard. If the dude really was like, yo, wife, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's not lowering his standards because that's his standards. He's like, nigga, I want a freaky ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what he like.
Some people, or that's the only option.
That too.
Because we have standards. So.
That too. That too. There's a lot of undercover people that like 304s because they understand them more than the typical woman. Which I don't know the science to that, but this is things that I've heard about travels and shit. Like really? Like, really, that's a thing? Like, they just relate to them more, especially like the bisexual ones. They relate to 304s more than the average girl because they're not going to judge them. Is that true? Have you ever heard that before? That gay or bisexual men tend to be friends with or be in relationships with 304s instead of like regular girls because they get judged less.
I don't know, because I don't be in the circle. I don't.
Have you ever seen a 304?
I hope I never dated no gay or bisexual man, because I hope he would tell me that in the beginning. And I don't. You can do what you want, but I don't want no.
That's nasty work.
Yeah. I don't want no man that likes men. If you like men, you'll go be with a man.
What about gay friends?
Now, if you cheated on me with a man, I'm definitely leaving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If your woman cheat on you with another woman, will you leave her?
Yeah, because that's still cheating, nigga. I don't want you to cheat. I don't even, like, at this point in my life, I used to be like, oh yeah, 3 ways and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
but they
dope.
Don't always be wanting.
I don't want that no more.
Sometimes they just want the girl.
I'm just saying, if they did that, like, that's out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if you're doing that to other men, and I'm feel like, damn, I ain't getting me. Yeah,
but then that would be lowering your standards.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't even
be like,
that's why I wouldn't even fuck with her. I wouldn't even be like, oh, this is what you do. I remember there was this one chick, bro. Let me tell you, hold on. I remember there was this one chick, and shout out to her. She know who she is. She probably never gonna see this shit. But there was this one chick, bro. I was feeling her, bro. I was like, she was from out of town, but she had ties in Connecticut and shit. Right? So
ties to the mom.
Nah, it's not like that. But she had ties to Connecticut and shit. So we linked because of music and shit. Like, I guess she found artists and taught them about how to like sync their music so you could get on like soundtracks and shit like that. And this is just what she was doing. You know, she was an artist too. But she like really did that. So I was like, oh shit, like that would be dope. And she's, she's schooling me and shit. Then we start flirting this shit. The next thing you know, I start seeing titties and shit. I'm like, okay, this is cool as fuck. We had a conversation. Like it was like this, it was all good for about 2-3 weeks. We had a conversation and it changed everything. You know what she said? She was like, I was like, we were playing Truth or Fucking Truth. We were playing Truth or Fucking Truth. You know, truth and dare without the dare. It's just all truths and shit, right? Playing Truth or Fucking Truth.
Scary ass Truth and dare.
Yeah, hell yeah. Start figuring out the real. If you can ask the real questions, if you can ask the right questions, you can find out a lot about people. Because she's not gonna lie to me. Like, she's already giving me that energy. Like, yo, I'm just gonna be honest and yada yada yada. This girl was like, I was like, yo, did you ever have like a 3-way or whatever? She was like, yeah. I was like, it was 2 girls and a guy. She was like, nah, it was 2 dudes. Ooh. And I was like, oh, you got a train run on you. Oh my God. It's different with 2 dudes. Like, if it was 2 females, I'd have been like, okay, that's a lucky dude.
Or were they all having sex together?
They were all having sex together, but that's a train to me. If one's at the front and one's at the back, that's a train.
And the guy, too. Both guys.
I don't know. I didn't ask that. I ain't even asked that. I ain't even get that far.
Everybody
if the guys are just engaging a woman, then it's 2 dudes It's
a train.
It's a bang.
Yeah.
A gang bang.
Well, the guys was doing their thing. She didn't say anything about no gay activities. She said one
That's
dude
what
was
I'm
at the
saying.
back,
But she
one
said
dude
a
was at the front.
threesome. It means
She called it that.
everybody's touching
She called it
each
that,
other.
and that was my red flag too. I'm like, threesome? You had a train ran on you. I was like, yeah,
That's why
it's over.
usually
You
when
don't
you
know
see that,
nowadays.
Nah,
Like
I
we just
know.
said, gay and
I
bisexual.
know.
They
I had
could
to
have
ask
had
her.
an MMF.
right?
I don't know what it was, but it was too much for me. That shit was too much for me, yo. That shit, everything went downhill after that. I just stopped talking to her for some reason, but that was the reason.
She was too freaky.
I
You
was
said
like,
for
yo,
some reason. That's the reason.
that was the reason. I didn't tell her that, but that's what I'm saying now.
reason?
That shit was crazy. Everything was going so good, bro. She was solid.
that we feel.
She was so solid. I was like, no.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with having limitations. Like, you know, there's a no bartender clause. There's a no stripper clause. There's a no OF.
Oh, you got a no bartender, so you couldn't fuck with a blazing ass
You could
bartender
cheat,
with a
but these are
OnlyFans.
the limitations.
Because it's a selection process. Like the women, like what you were saying about a woman selecting certain archetypes of a man. Like she wants him to be a certain height, him to be a certain sexual whatever, him to be endowment, him to be a certain what you call it, money capacity or whatever, bank account or whatever. All of those things are security provisions. So you're looking at, okay, we have kids. Our kids have a likely chance of success in life. One, you have enough money. Two, you know, health-wise or, you know, whatever, stature-wise, you might be a certain height. That doesn't necessarily mean you're fit. You could have cancer. You could be whatever. But looking on the outside, looking in, those are aesthetic things that they're looking at that are outlined in certain provisions that they could have if they built a legacy with that person. So you can't fault them for that. I'm not faulting women for wanting a man for being great. You're supposed to go after the greatest. It's not that many niggas. It's more women than men. So you got to think about it like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not faulting them at all.
So if you're going
I
after
have
the
to
greatest,
say
then
with
you make
guys,
them
we have to.
even longer.
But I'm saying that guys have to step their shit up too.
That's
they
what
can't
I'm
be
saying.
no bums.
I'm
Like
saying you
niggas
have
not
to-
supposed to be bums. Like what the fuck? Like
It's
why
not
are you
even,
not telling niggas?
It's not even the men. It's the men that's choosing the women as ignoring the red flags. That's ignoring certain things. Like, bro, you have to hold yourself up to a standard to be aware of those. Because if you don't hold yourself up like that, then guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. OnlyFans is okay. It's okay. You know why you saying that? Because you don't think you're somebody who deserves a bitch that even going on OnlyFans. So now you're like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the best I'm probably going to get.
Take that OnlyFans bitch. You could have her.
Nah,
I'm just saying, take her.
I'm saying,
take her.
take your morals.
Somebody take her.
Take your values.
Somebody take her. It won't be me. And that's why I say we have to lower our standards. Because somebody that think they shouldn't have her, you get that badass OnlyFans chick, take her. Turn that out to a house. Turn that 304 into a housewife.
I ain't trying to start.
You know what I mean?
Dramatic-ass
Do it
bonds.
because look, you're gonna have the best. You're gonna have the best ex of your life. They're gonna treat you good. They're gonna feed you good. They're gonna do right by you. But
everybody's not meant to be in your life forever.
You might catch a case. You might catch a charge. Fuck around.
That's if you go in there unknowingly that this is what her profession is. I guess. But if you know about it, how you gonna catch a case? You shouldn't.
I mean,
if you're a man, you probably if you're a man that's like stoic, you probably won't even take that woman anyway. But if you do get her, then you understand how you're gonna deal with her. You like the private detective.
This girl wasn't even.
This girl wasn't you're not thinking of nothing serious with her.
This girl wasn't even an OnlyFans chick. She was just a regular chick with a big butt. And I remember my dude was over her house chilling, and she cooked some oxtail. I'll never forget this story because this is how easy. No, I wasn't there. This is my boy telling me this story. So she cooks the oxtail, and she offers it to my boy, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want it right now." And she was like, oh no, just taste it. You don't have to have it. I just want you to taste it. And he was like, well, I kind of ate before I came over here, so I'm good. I don't really want the oxtail. She gets so mad, starts spazzing and shit. Now she got a couple drinks in her. She's been drinking some wine. I think this is around like Thanksgiving or one of them holidays or some shit like that.
You know why she got mad, right?
Yeah, her ego was hurt, nigga. Her pride was hurt.
You can't even try it.
Yeah, her pride was hurt.
Just to give me approval and say
that
it was good.
Pride.
Like, I really want to know that.
When they say
like
pride is evil, that's what they mean. Because of how it turned out. Nigga, it turned out, he was like, man, fuck it, I'm just going to leave. No, you're not going nowhere. Then she got neighbors upstairs. She's screaming, oh my God, I'm going to call the police. You hit me. He's sitting over there. Didn't touch her, didn't nothing. She's screaming, top of her lungs, because he's trying to leave. She don't want him to leave. So she's sitting here screaming, talking about, oh, he hit. Nigga, this nigga get arrested. The police show up. She was like, oh, no, I was just a little tipsy. Too late now. Too late. We heard the domestic dispute. We got to get him out the what's the name. Guess what? Now he got a charge. Now he got a charge for not tasting the oxtail. What?
Wait, what happened? How did he get a charge?
Because he already had warrants. And she didn't know he had warrants. So when the cops showed up and she was like, oh, no, I was just drunk and it was just loud or we had the TV up loud. Nope, we got to take him because he already got a charge.
And now we found him.
Over oxtail sauce, y'all. Oxtail sauce. I don't even talk to my mans no more. Shout out to my nigga, man. Huh?
Did he talk to her after that?
No. How could he? You locked me off.
Some people would.
You locked me up for oxtail sauce. It was a wrap. I even told her, I was like, bro, if you still talk to her after that, you crazy, bro. You had to do time, basically, because of that. Like, that shit crazy.
Plot twist. Like, she knew that he had a warrant.
Yeah.
She just caught
yeah. I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her. And that's why she was acting like that. Because, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be pillow talking, tell all they business and shit. And then she was like, oh, okay, I know where to hit you where it hurt. And that shit hurt, nigga. You had to sit down in a cage with niggas that's really doing crimes and
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. If you get to a certain place in life,
even jail, I don't even care if it's jail.
You may have to
jail.
heighten your expectations. You know what I mean? When you get to a certain place in life. But if you're not at a certain place in life, you have to expect that you're gonna have to lower your expectations. You just have to accept it. You have to be self-aware. And when you do become aware of certain things, you figure out how to improve it.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. The first solution to solving a problem is identifying what the problem is.
You didn't lie.
This is what my problem is. If I fix this, I'll be better.
You'll see.
That's it. You know what I mean?
But some things that money can't buy.
Absolutely.
And that you know what money can't buy? Drive.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Can't buy that.
You know what I mean? Shit with the rock.
Money can't give you the will to push yourself.
That's true.
You know what I mean? No amount of money. You got to do that. That's a personal thing. You could decide. We all have this choice to decide what we're gonna do. And all of these, I've been looking at it online like for the past week.
Remember The Alchemist?
Alchemist.
The one that Will Smith was talking about. And he suggested to read.
No. The Secret.
Was it The Secret?
The Secret, yeah. It's got like a big red stamp on the front of the book. And it say The Secret. It looked like when you take the ink and you put the stamp on
I'm talking about, there's a book called, is it The Secret or
The Secret?
Is it the one with the boy and he went out on a journey?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
His bike and all that other shit.
His bike.
The boy went out on a journey and something happened. Then he wanted a bike or some stupid shit.
Nah, he ain't had no bike, nigga.
I don't know, but I don't know. This book, The Secret, was what they was talking about. Just talking about being optimistic.
I gotta look it up.
And just not saying words like can't
Yeah.
or not.
I definitely got that from this nigga Will.
yeah, like that shit.
Will Smith definitely was dropping knowledge and
Never
shit.
say can't. Because when you say can't, you know what I mean.
Nah, The Secret is definitely a good fucking read.
The Secret's about like the laws of attraction and shit, right?
Not necessarily. No, it's
'Cause
about
The
it's
Alchemist is about
optimistic
a boy
outlook.
on a journey and shit.
Optimistic outlook on life.
On this journey.
Like you just like the secret to being successful.
This shit, nigga. This shit right here. He was talking about this shit. If y'all never heard about this book called The Alchemist, it's basically, in a nutshell, it's about a boy. He decides to just get away from what he known as like a simpleton. He's like a simple country boy or whatever, and he decides like, I'm about to go into the big world and just travel and just off the. I think he went on the search for the Philosopher's Stone or some alchemy stone, and he was really into this shit. Like he really, just read that book, yo. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy as fuck. It's called The Alchemist by Pablo. I don't know how to say that. Coelho. There we go. Yeah.
I'm a definitely add that to my shit.
That shit was wild, bro. I did not think it was gonna be. I
started getting back on it a little bit. I got them audio books, man. Don't knock
audio. Nah, you don't, nigga. The audio make it interesting, bro. I could sit there and do whatever I'm doing.
Like a note taker like me, nigga. I be taking notes.
Yo,
I'll stop this shit, pause this shit, write what I heard, and then what? And some of this just come with PDFs. So you could like download a PDF and have this shit highlighted material.
I got the Kobe book like that. You sent me. It was up there. I was like, oh shit.
It was in
got
the
Kobe. Yeah, it was in the PDF files, nigga.
Shit.
I was like, oh shit, this nigga Kobe book.
That shit's still available too. I still got that shit.
Hard, bro. That shit fire.
And people, because I just sent it to somebody, a new hire at my job. I just sent them the PDF file. I had that for a few years, and it's still in there.
The Alchemist
shout out to the person
there,
I got it from is a brilliant woman. She is a computer engineer. She creates computers, like motherboard up type shit.
Oh, that's fire.
And she teaches a class in Georgia on how to fucking build computers.
You know Nipsey Hussle knew
She
how to
charges
build
$3,500. Word.
Nipsey Hussle. I would have never thought it. Fucking Black Sam, his brother was talking about it. He was like, yeah, it was like back in the day, he made his own computer and shit. He was like, nigga, you made it from scratch? He was like, yeah.
That's
like, nigga was smart as shit.
I believe it.
Shit crazy. Like, niggas like that not supposed to, like, get caught up in the dumb shit, bro. That shit's so sad.
It's crazy. It's like, when you want a certain type of life, you have to accept what comes with it.
That's facts, though.
And when you accept that, it's like, okay, are you willing to deal with this shit? Or do you want something better for yourself?
And you gotta remember, your past doesn't go away. So
Facts.
if you was living a certain type of life, even though you change, some parts of it is gonna still, just like you said about the women, that's an example of a man's past.
That's a fact. Got caught up on him. Yeah, that's a fact, yo. That shit is so crazy. And it happened right in his shop, yo. Right outside his shop. Like, he put so much good in that community because of that shop. And then, damn.
We live in a society right now where we have a biased acceptance of responsibility of shit. You know what I mean? And we can't. We have to have an objective perspective, because what are we teaching our fucking kids? Exactly. Like, when they grow up and they see that we can't really see it for what it really is, and they hear something different, but they see something different. It's kind of fucking confusing, and you fucking these kids up before they even get to a point to really understand what the shit really is. That's the way that I had to grow up. You know what I mean? I didn't know what was right, what was wrong, because I seen so much fucked up shit, and I had to make my own fucking path at some point after breaking people's hearts and getting into situations that I shouldn't have been in. You know.
Do you think that was the army though?
it was life, bro. The army was crazy, but that molded manhood, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I guess.
What age were you where you really thought like, yeah, I need to just be better? Because for me, it was when Bree was born. I was like, yeah, I gotta get my shit together. This shit, like, before that, I was like, I don't give a fuck.
How old were you when that happened?
2013, I was like 25.
25. Okay. I guess when I thought I should adult up, I probably was about 19 or so, maybe.
See, that's early though. 19.
But I still was enjoying life. Like,
you realized it, but you was like,
I don't give a
like,
fuck.
when I was like, yeah, some of this shit is bullshit, but I don't give a fuck. Like that.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
And then at that point, I got into the military. Feel me? So then I seen how men are. You know what I mean? So now I got to see that part of it, which I think is essential for manhood. Like, you know, we gotta see how men are, and the examples that we have in our environment most of the time are not conducive to progressive growth. It's like it's counterproductive as fuck. So it's like you want to be the best man, but you don't have no examples of the best man. How the fuck do you do that without having that shit? You feel me? So I don't know. For me, it's just a matter of just me looking at shit in a certain way that, like, okay, this is how people are. You can't make people think any differently because maybe they don't see what I see. Maybe people don't look at it the same way that I look at it, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I can't make everybody believe what I believe. I'm fine that everybody doesn't see things the way that I see it. That's perfectly fine. But it's a little frustrating. So what do I do to deal with the frustration is I just accept the idea that they don't understand. And it might sound arrogant. It might sound like, you know, I know it all or whatever, but sometimes you gotta feel that way. Sometimes you gotta just be like, you know what, agree to disagree. And if you're living your life a certain type of way that can actually protect the way that you feel about what you're saying, then that works. If you can agree to disagree. Like that's why everything to me is subjective, because I've seen so many people that I've seen people that think it's okay to shoot cats that are like, you know, shoot them, that are running by, like stray cats, just shoot them with the BB guns. I know people that think that's okay. These are the same people that would jump in front of a car to save you. You know? So how can I say that that's a bad person? And that's what I mean by good and bad is subjective. Like, I can't say that that's a bad person because they still make conscious decisions to do the right thing. So they're not necessarily a bad person in my eyes. And that's why I say I have to lower my standards to accept certain things. I'm not going to just automatically rule out a woman that has a child unless, and what I said before is I don't like dealing with women that have kids. But that's because I know what comes with that. I'll only be willing to deal with it if I can accept what comes with that responsibility, and that's the problem. You know, I'm very accepting, you know. But on top of that, nobody considers what you have to deal with on top of having to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And women alike. I don't think a woman is wrong for saying she don't want to deal with a dude that has kids if she doesn't have any children. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But also understand what that means. You know? You may be limiting your options depending on what state of life you're in. If life is good, you don't have any issues in life, and you never get in, you're not overweight and you're attractive and all that other shit. Listen,
You got the blue light?
then that shit'll be straight.
Mom makes daughter return gift to her dad after he didn't get her brother anything.
Oh, that's wild.
So I guess that's the father of one of her kids, and the
How
other.
does everybody feel about that? I'll go last.
If that's the father of one of her kids, then that's bogus. Cause like I don't have to. If I do choose to, that's different. But I shouldn't have to get your kid something every time I get my kid something. Especially when you don't even give me gratitude for going out my way and getting something for your other kid. Like at least be thankful. If don't just expect it just because, you know what I mean, I have a kid there. Like now if both of them is my kids, that's different. Cause now you're being selective on or you're taking favoritism. You see what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. But
Can I ask a question? Is that both of his kids? Both of his biological children?
No, from the.
Or one of the kids is not his?
No, because the way they're saying to her dad, return the gift to her dad.
yeah,
is
they didn't say
saying
their
that,
dad. Yeah.
So it's two. So they're step brothers or whatever, step siblings.
They probably used to
I
deal
don't
with
even
each other
think she's
before.
with that guy anymore.
That's probably what
Just
happened. They
giving
probably
a
used to.
gift to his child.
They probably used to be with each other for a long time.
That's like the
and shit.
McDonald's situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said.
I don't agree with that shit.
That's what I'm saying. That shit's
I
bogus.
was just trying to look at it for right
It's
now.
bogus.
Now let me play devil's advocate situation.
That shit's bogus.
Just to move the goalposts a little bit. Say they were his biological children. You know what I mean? In that situation.
Then he bogus because he's picking favoritism.
He's wrong for not bringing food back for one of the kids, and it could be looked as favoritism unless there's a caveat: share with your sister. Because you didn't have enough money, so you got to get 10 nuggets. Give your sister 5, and you have 5. What do you mean,
That seemed like a personal gift specifically for the daughter.
Giving you 10 nuggets, you give your sister 5, and you have 5.
It wasn't food, bro. It
No,
was a
but
gift.
I'm just saying. Okay.
It wasn't split the gift.
Okay, here's a
for
Monopoly
her.
game. Play with your sister.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying if it was something that they under the guise of them saying
Mhm.
to share with your sibling. You understand what I'm saying?
Bro, I would feel that it would be odd for a woman to accept that type of leadership from a man to show her kids something, because I don't believe.
So if you can't get
I don't
nothing from
believe-
both of them, don't get nothing.
Exactly.
I
I
got
believe
you.
the woman that's like
I
that
understand.
is not thinking about letting the man prove a point however he want to prove it. Erika.
I was playing.
Oh, you was playing it?
Okay.
Move the speed up too when you play it.
Yeah.
I can't. It's not a. What's it on?
That shit, muffle that shit. Just thumb on it.
I can't find it.
It's in the chat though, right?
Yeah, it is all.
Oh, it's on the way up there. Yeah, I was going in on the chat. I was like, man, I'll talk about it later. Yeah, I was going. It was on every 5 second. Ping, ping.
Nah, I'm just saying if a dude, in my opinion, if I got 2 kids, and I go to the store and it's one of my kids' birthday or something, and I go and I get them something, I'm not gonna come back and bring the other kid something if it's one of the kids' birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's his birthday. It's not her birthday.
Exactly.
So in that situation, I'm not wrong. Now, if it's just random and I go out and I get food, if I bring back food and I bring it for him and he's the older brother and he has a younger sister, I'm gonna be like, all right, make sure that you give your sister some of these nuggets. If you don't, then when I get home, you're gonna be on punishment, whatever that form of punishment looks like. You know what I mean? So there's a consequence for him not sharing with his sibling. But I'm acknowledging that, yeah, there is another child in the house. Now, are you obligated to do something for another kid that's not yours? No, you're not.
And
But
he
it's
didn't live there.
It's
So-
consideration when you do think about, all right, you know what, I'm dealing with this female, I appreciate her, she's the mother of my son, she got the burden of other children, you know what, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna look out for the other kids. I don't care what the other niggas is doing.
She said, I called him. She was like,
but he don't have to do it.
She was like, why? She was like, it's not fair. She was like, no, because he could have at least got your brother's son. He ain't gonna be causing division in my house. Put it in the box.
Crazy.
Also, it was food.
I don't know what the I just heard, I don't know. It was a gift.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
She was just saying put it back in the box, whatever it was, because she called him to come.
She wildin'. Like, you know what I mean? Let him, you know what I mean?
If
that ain't his kid, if that other kid ain't his kid, don't do that.
That's wild. That's wild.
Don't do that. Be a big person.
Yeah,
and if you do have a problem with it, say something
to
to
him privately.
You know what I mean?
Don't make
like,
her
yo,
give
how
the
you gonna
gift
do
back.
that? You know what I mean? Because you know she gonna show it off in front of her brother, and they gonna be like, oh,
but that's
my
your
father
fault
got
for
me
having
something.
bad
Your
selection
father
and
didn't
ending
get
up
you,
with
and you
two
know how
baby
kids are.
fathers and still you're single.
Say that
So
shit.
Right.
you need to be mad at yourself.
That part.
Facts.
That's what we need to hear. Like I can't really hold women accountable because that's for women to do. But I can hold men accountable because I'm gonna act in what I believe I should do as a man. You know what I mean? But if other men choose to do whatever they want to do, then they can look at how it's gonna affect them in the long run. I can't make anybody do any shit, and I'm not reinventing the wheel. This is fucking regular shit. Like, it's been working for a century. Like, I was watching Star Report the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, and he was talking about cheating. He was like, yo, this has been going on since before the 70s and 60s. And like in the 90s, people started talking about this thing called cheating. Like, what the hell is that? Like, you feel me? Like, he's like, everybody knew that granddaddy had a kid or whatever, and they came to the Thanksgivings and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Mommy and daddy, they knew about the other kids and all this other shit, but they had their duty to take care of the family. And we can't even say whether it was love or not. We could just say that, yo, they did what they knew they had to do because it wasn't just them. It was the family that they had to think about. And that's like you thinking about people is bigger than yourself. That's something that we don't have anymore. And that was the thing. That was what separated us from then and now with this whole thing about, oh, it's wrong to have your cake, you know what I mean? But then if a woman do it, she's a nasty Jezebel because the woman didn't do it. But that's because the man was able to provide and do all this other shit, and she wasn't able to really contribute. But that's because it was cheaper to own a home. It was a whole bunch of little things that you could throw in there. You know what I mean? But in any case, at that point in time, that was the way it was. That's what started these families. We don't have women that are like that anymore because they can't deal with it. They're like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. And now that I have the opportunity, I can make money for myself. I just gotta deal with this only 5 times a week. And I don't gotta listen to no nigga telling me what to do, and I still get time to myself every day. And fuck them niggas. If they can't get on my program, and so that's what it changed to. Get on her program. And women don't want to step back and let a man lead in their relationship because they feel like they're leaders themselves. Women are just as capable as leading as any man can or whatever. And that spills into the household, especially when they become a supervisor or a boss or something like that. They're not going to listen to a man tell them what to do. And I take a lot of heat from making that statement, but I really feel like that. That's why I feel like a lot of women that are really like feminine, they don't want to do all that shit. They want to just chill and be a housewife, but they feel like men aren't capable of doing it. But the men that are capable of doing it, they don't want to stay with them. They don't want to do what they have to do to be with that type of man. And that's why they don't want to lower those standards to accept that they have a dude that's the highest level that a man can be, but because he doesn't remember to take the trash out, he's He's the lowest of the low. You know what I mean?
If you're not a
Simple
plus, you're a
shit.
minus, bro. Like,
Simple shit.
if you're not a plus to the situation, you're a minus to it. And it's simple as that. Like, if you go into it thinking, I could build with this person, like, this person can help me be a better person, and I can help them be a better person, and, you know what I mean? It's all good. It's all love. As long as that's the initial mission. If the mission is just to have arm candy around you, you're going to go through shit that comes with having arm candy around you.
Like what? Like what? Tell him.
It's just being shit. Like, yo, if you just want her because she looks good and just looks good to be around, then you're gonna have to deal with infidelity. You're gonna have to deal with if she has psychological trauma. You're gonna have to deal with if she has father issues, or if she fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to deal with so much, and so many people are gonna want to be you just because she looks good, right? So now you got these thirsty ass niggas that be like, oh, well, you don't deserve to be with this bitch. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna go out their way to disrespect you, to kind of like, oh yeah, like, you know how niggas do. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't, you know, it kind of slowed down ever since, you know, COVID and shit, and niggas started getting more, less physical on people, but niggas used to bully you if you had a baddie, bro. Niggas used to bully if you look like a nigga that didn't, wouldn't stand up for yourself, you would be target and victimized from niggas that think they could beat you up. So they would just shoot they shot at your girl. Like, this used to be the thing back in the day. Like, so I don't know, like, ever since COVID that kind of stopped, because now there's like, if you notice at the schools, they got like the no bully, the anti-bully campaign. Like, they don't even tolerate that shit at all. Like, they're not supposed to. They're still bullying, but they're not supposed to tolerate that shit at all. So I don't know. The world is changing, but I don't know, bro. We gotta start somewhere. Forgot what we was talking about, huh? I was like, yo, I was making a point. This shit just gone. It's the weed, bro.
Yeah.
It's the weed. I remember when I played back.
Huh?
I said, I remember what we were talking about when I played back. I was like, oh, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how old we been stuff. Shit be crazy. Chia. What else we had mad we had mad topics. You heard this nigga Denzel backtracking. Now he's saying it was just a peck, it wasn't no big deal and all this bullshit.
Well, before he said the kiss
full
was
blown on the lips. Like, yo, come on, bro.
And everybody else is saying there was no kiss cut out.
Mm-hmm. Shit crazy. Nigga, like, why you capping, bro? Like, it's just like I said, man. When they make certain people go out of character, and then they just go out of character, I think it's something to it. I don't think it's just some regular, oh yeah, this happened and I just decided to say it. Like, I think it's reasons. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but shit. If I am wrong, these niggas look bogus. These niggas look bogus, bro.
Florida man arrested after allegedly plotting to bomb New York Stock Exchange before Thanksgiving. The Shade Room posted that.
And they got him before. You better hope he don't got no accomplices all of a sudden the stock exchange blow up. Y'all money is gonna be finito. And then to me, if you think about it, if somebody or something does happen to the stock exchange, it's like that could be a paid for action from somebody else that wanted the stock exchange down, because you know the exchange of stock would be down, and rich people wouldn't be so rich no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be crazy. Remember how them niggas was crashing out when the stock market crashed last time? I mean, crashing out, bro. Like committing suicide doors. they was doing the suicide doors, bro. That shit was crazy. You never know, like America's a weird place like that. I feel like it's gonna pop off like a movie and it's gonna end like a movie. To be honest with you, this thing called America, it's gonna be crazy. Shout out to Keke Palmer on her tour run. She gave a blessing to Ice Cube when she was young. Apparently, he was just like, yo, keep your good spirit, but you know what I mean? You gotta watch out for these people out here. They'll try to dim your light and shit like that. And that's solid. She was like, she didn't understand it at the time, but she's happy that he told her that so young, because she kept it with her. And that's solid. Like, I love when older people of color give good advice to the youth.
Speaking of that,
You know what I'm saying?
giving good advice to the youth, I have a clip.
I sit around and be real niggas. Yeah, we real niggas. These fake niggas is winning.
Who's that?
It's from
So does
Joe
it pay to be a real
Budden's
nigga?
show.
Why is he on
Is it
that?
just to lie and get what you need for the results?
They're
You sleep,
interviewing
you can sleep
him.
well at night. I agree. You know, it's what other people
But you
value.
still
Everybody values
But also
that
real
shit.
shit. When you a real nigga, you still
It's lonely.
You still hurt people's feelings.
I don't gotta do that.
Misunderstood.
Yes, you will. Not because you want to, because your authenticity comes at a very you could be authentic and have tact. You could be authentic.
Nah, it's
Hold on. Let's.
You can't. What you're trying to dictate is what you do. You don't know the other person's feelings and how they're gonna take it.
True. What I'm telling you is this. I hate when people be like, yo, I'm just being honest. I'm brutally honest. Yo, dog, you could be brutally honest, and you could be helpful, and you could be harmful. If your breath stink, I'd be like, yeah. My nigga, you shit a little off today. And we'll laugh about that. Yeah. Or I could be like, yo, damn, nigga, your shit rocking, nigga, damn. One is hurtful, and the other one is helpful. They both could be true. People that be like, yo, I'm honest, and I'm just honest, and niggas, some niggas don't have no tact and no coof and how they display the honesty.
All right, listen, but
How long is this video? What was the main topic though? The
Being
fake ones winning?
helpful or being harmful. You could be when you saying something to somebody or giving somebody advice. The way
It's how you
go
say
about
it versus what you say. You know, that's true as fuck. That's true as just the delivery. That's true like in everything. It's presentation matters, like that shit really do. But then you gotta be careful, because if you too nice and then people gonna think you too nice and then you not nice at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, now I'm stuck being this person that's extra nice and it's not even in my character for her. That shit crazy.
Like, you gotta be at work and be like,
Exactly.
Like,
Fake as fuck. That's why I'll never tell them about my rap career. I'll never tell them about this podcast. I was mad that my last job knew about the podcast. I was like, this is why I'm never gonna tell my coworkers that I fucking have a podcast. Cause the first thing they gonna do is show other people that work there. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then they hold that shit on to you. If they don't fuck with you, and they hold that shit, oh, well, I heard you had a little podcast, didn't you?
A little podcast.
Yeah, you know how the motherfuckers talk.
No. It's Big Pop.
Talk that shit! Big Pop! You know what I mean? Niggas, they can hate, but, you know, they don't have people tuning in watching they ass talk about nothing. You see what I'm saying? So talk that shit.
What do you think,
Dwayne is sauced. Dwayne is sauced. When Dwayne gets quiet, nigga, I know my nigga is sauced. That's how he was with the Jake Paul Tyson fight. My nigga was just in thought, like up, popped up. He was just like that the whole time, like, nah, fuck that.
You want some water?
Mm-hmm. Get that man some Momo. Some agua. You heard his really mermaids, cuz? It's really mermaids, yo. And they said that like dolphins are like really cool with what's her names? With mermaids. Could you imagine if they were shapeshifters? If dolphins were shapeshifters?
Dolphins are shapeshifters.
And they was really mermaids?
Shape-shifting for what?
Mermaids.
Like animorphs?
Mermaids. They grow a humanoid. You know what I'm saying? I think the mermaids already is like humanoid, but they're like fish, but they're humanoid fish. They probably have scales though. But I think them niggas could talk. Like, well, communicate. They probably telepathic, like dolphins and shit. Or echolocation, whatever the fuck it's called. They just be clicking and shit.
What you know? You got out for step on?
You ever seen that that video of Mariah Carey and she's in a pool with the dolphins and she hit the high octave and the dolphin starts like, oh shit, she can speak dolphin and shit. And she started freaking out, started laughing and shit. It was clapping. I was like, what the fuck? That nigga was impressed, yo. He was like, oh shit, I didn't know you could do that as a human being. I'm impressed. I might want to fuck you later. You know, dolphins is fucking hornballs.
Yeah.
Dolphins be wildin', yo. People like, yo, you want to get in the tank and fucking swim with the dolphins? I'm not swimming with no dolphins. I'm just saying because Mariah Carey was in a pool swimming with a dolphin and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she hit that octave and it started, you know what I mean? But I remember watching videos and some of them dolphins is frisky dingo, my nigga. Like, they be humping you and shit. Like dogs. They like dogs. But they're smart. So they're not like dogs, nigga. Dog, you could just shoot that nigga off you, nigga. This nigga is in his natural habitat humping you and shit. Hell no. That's why I'm good on, like, swimming with no dolphins. I don't want to swim with no whales. I don't even want to go scuba diving. I don't want to go deep fish, whatever. I'm good. If I can't be on a boat and stay on a boat, then I'm not trying to do it. And I'm kind of like about the boats too. I don't know. I do want to go on a cruise, but I don't want it to be my last cruise.
The Bermuda Triangle.
You feel me? Like, what
lost.
the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay calm. Our radar is completely gone. We don't know where we're at.
I went on a cruise once.
How was it?
It's fun.
It's fun. See?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. They had a club up there. They had a basketball court.
Oh, that's fine.
They had they had a casino.
And they probably couldn't even play, so I'd be Jordan out there.
A pool. There was food. That was all included. The only thing you had to pay for was alcohol and soda. But the other regular food is free, like burgers, hot dogs, whatever,
I
different
ain't
food.
mad at
So
that.
they have like a formal restaurant where you can dress up, and that's included too. And but yeah, they have nightclub. You meet different people to go out on the deck. But you don't even have to go outside and look at the water. If you're like, you could just.
Who was
stay.
you with? You was by yourself?
I went with Demir and her family when I was This was when I was like 22.
You and Demir met niggas out there?
No, I didn't. I don't be.
Oh,
When I go on vacation, I don't be thinking about that.
that's whack.
What you mean is that whack? There are
I ain't
people
say is
there.
it.
You
I said
probably
that's
could meet
whack.
someone there, but that's not.
That's
I had
not-
fun without
I
doing
respect
that.
that. I respect that. If we had went, nigga, we'd be at least an attractive woman that we could just have a conversation with. I'm gonna feel like I wasted my whole
Yeah, there's
trip.
people there,
I'm like, yo,
so you could
I did not
definitely
have
could
fun.
find someone.
I came there, look around. I didn't
Yeah, that's what niggas do, because that's all I be worried about.
You know what I'm
I went
saying?
on vacation to go on vacation.
Yeah, I want to go on vacation to be comforted with and accommodated with a beautiful young lady, and then just share the moment with her. You know what I'm saying? That's a vacation to me.
Mm-hmm.
If I go on vacation and I'm just looking around and shit look nice, like that shit just don't do it for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to like,
But
unless
you gotta
it's
be
like
with a partner that makes the
exactly
experience
100%. It
like,
can't be
enjoyable.
anybody. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because there's some women that you'll travel with and you'll realize, damn, I shouldn't have traveled with her. And there's some women that you travel with, you be like, damn, this is the best decision ever. She cool as fuck. You see what I'm saying? But
How soon do you take a woman on a vacation trip?
I mean, as long
In a
as you know she cool,
You
like
dating?
if you're dating her,
dating
right away, why not?
right away. You take
Yeah.
her on a trip.
Because if we go right away, I can see how you are on trips. And we're gonna, you know what I mean? If we're cool like that, it's gonna happen eventually. So why not? We find it out earlier than later.
Right. Is that too quick for you as a woman? How do you feel about that?
How quick did you say?
Immediate. Or
When you take a woman out on a vacation trip, how soon do you do that?
What is the media? Like, we just met and that's like our first date we're going on.
it could be.
Could
Yeah.
be soon.
I feel like that's kind of dangerous
It could
because
be.
for a woman, because you don't know this guy, this is your first date and you going on a trip with him.
Let's
like,
say you've been
he
dating
could
for a
do
month.
something to you. I don't know. I mean, well, people still do stuff anyway. They go to people's
Regardless,
houses. So I'm just saying that if you really think about it, it could be potentially dangerous
It could be.
at any time. People,
Exactly.
it could be a month, it could be 6 months, and you do it, and he could
Exactly.
chop you to pieces.
A plan is a motherfucking plan.
Facts.
Facts. Yes, but yeah, I don't really mind it as long as I know that she's solid. If I know that she's solid, then I don't mind it. But
I don't know. I got no certain shit before I take you on a trip.
I don't think that would. And then are you gonna pay for me a separate room? Because I'm not sleeping in the room.
See, that's the thing.
yeah, that's bugged out. I'm not taking you on a trip to spend it separated. That's wild.
Right.
Especially if
Go
you're
on
my
a trip
girl,
so you
like
can
that's
fuck.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. You saying
No.
soon you going under
You said
false pretenses,
immediate.
you take them on a trip.
But you're in a relationship with the person.
Oh, in
Now
a
you're dating.
relationship.
Yeah,
You dating.
that's a relationship.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, dating.
Oh, you say, you're just dating to like you don't have a specific person, but you're dating her. Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah, you haven't decided.
Yeah, that's
if
different.
you're
Man.
gonna
That
be-
could be dangerous, like you said. Yeah, like you said, so just for the fact that she would go with you that early could mean that she's just kind of naive, or she, you know what I'm saying? She has ulterior motives to just be pampered and. You know what I'm saying?
And then how does the man behave in that situation?
Either you take advantage of that
Oh,
or you avoid it, nigga. It depends on the man that you want to be. Me personally, I'm avoiding that situation. Cause I'm just be like, yo, if we're just dating and we're not even exclusive and you're ready to go on vacation with me and shit, and you're probably expecting me to pay for certain shit. Nah, I'm gonna feel like you're trying to get one over me.
oh, so that's a test. So if she say that, then you're gonna be like, nah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like your
Not even a test. If she just does that, I'm not gonna fuck with her. Cause I'm in my mind, that's like a standard of this happens, then this is gonna happen.
Like a domino effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a domino effect for me. So I just like, nah, I'm trying to avoid that. I'm good. Yeah.
Maybe she really likes you.
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
like,
have a good time.
it don't matter about how she feels. It matters about the logic that makes sense to me, and that don't make sense to me. That her logic trumps breaking everything down, or how the domino effect is, I should say. Like, it don't matter how she feels. If that shit knock and that shit knock, then it's still gonna be a domino effect. Shout out to my nigga Ali Sadiq. Nigga did the domino effect. He did like 3-part series. Bro, it'd be crazy how you be like seeing these comedians come out. It feels like they come out of nowhere, but they've been putting in work. You be like, yo, this nigga's actually funny as shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy. But you don't see it, you don't acknowledge it, so it's just not in your radar at first. And that nigga is hilarious, bro. There's a lot of people like that. I found out DC was that funny from watching what's that show? Not even Wildin' Out. I knew he had potential from Wildin' Out, but
the podcast.
yeah, the shit that he has with Chico and Carlos. That shit hard. That shit's funny as fuck. And they take that shit like on the road and shit. They be wild.
This is like a science experiment.
What?
How it bubbles up like that.
Oh, you talking about Sprite? Yeah. Say words. Sprite ain't no fucking elixir. That's an elixir. Any clear liquid with bubbles is an elixir. Because it's not water. It is not juice, nigga. That's an elixir.
Sprinkle a little poison at the bottom.
Okay. Why you think old Coke used to have real Coke in it? It's all medicine shit. It's elixir.
Used to.
Brouhaha and brew is very similar, don't you think? Yeah, this shit crazy. Cultivate.
They try to exterminate, try to take us out.
Skynet.
Skynet. Yo, Eagle Eye, eh?
Oh, that's what
Shit crazy.
they plan to do with the with Elon Musk and the fucking androids taking over jobs.
Yeah, I heard they trying to leave this motherfucker. I don't know where they gonna go. They got to get past that ice wall in the firmament and shit. I don't know where they gonna go. You know, them niggas not welcome over there and shit. Yeah.
So remember you said Elon Musk is Lex Luthor?
Yeah. Was he doing some Lex Luthor shit?
No, I just believe it. Yeah.
You believe it now? My nigga, I'm telling you, bro. Yo, it started to get clear as day. And it's like, bro, he had an interview or a podcast with like this dude who's supposed to be like this Christian dude, and he said some shit, and he was like Memphis, you know, not he was like not Memphis, Tennessee, you know, Memphis in Egypt or some shit like that. And then he made like, I don't know, he basically was implying that there's Egyptian roots in America that people don't even know about and shit. Because he was like, he said it specifically, like, not Memphis.
In America?
Yeah, like, he's trying to say, like there are certain things in Africa or in Egypt specifically that had a correlation with things up here. And we're just like, oh yeah, we just named it Memphis, Tennessee. Just
and who said this?
Elon. He was he was giving an interview with what's the nigga name? The Peterson nigga.
Oh, Jason Peterson.
Jordan Peterson. Yeah, he was giving
Jordan Peterson.
He was giving an interview with this nigga, and he started talking about works that he was doing in Memphis, and then he made that joke, and then he just started talking about technology and what he was planning to do, and it just seemed sinister, bro. It just seemed like it was like, yeah, like it's like business is booming on this side type shit. You feel me? Like that shit was spooky to me. Like, what do you mean, like? Cause your business is like robotics.
He
like,
got them shits. People got them. Doing shit in the house.
Kai had one, bro. Kai Sinat had one. And
just really be doing shit.
Nigga, that shit's scary.
You got money, you spend it. That's what they do.
That shit's scary, yo. That shit's scary. And everybody get, and even the old girl got a Tesla truck. Tesla, bro. This shit is fire. This shit is fire. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, my job is technically against the Teslas, because if the Teslas all took over, it's putting my job out of business. So my job doesn't like fuck with Teslas. But that shit is a fucking spaceship. When I say it's a spaceship, you gotta press a button and slide it to open the door. They got a fucking screen, right? And they put up like the AI fireplace, and the shit warms like it's a real fireplace, like it's really heat coming through. Nigga, this shit is crazy, bro. And then it's like when you're driving it, you could like take your feet off the wheel and it drives itself, my nigga. Like, I didn't know, like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy, yo. Shout out to...
No self-driving car because...
Yeah, that was my fear, too. Like, it could take me anywhere.
It could take you anywhere. Somebody could hack into it.
And then, yeah, have me drive off a cliff. Real shit. You right.
It's a computer.
It is a computer. It is. It's literally a computer. That shit had a fucking studio in it.
When
you could make beats. I'm like, what the fuck?
All-Star was when it was just that back in the day. They said that somebody had hacked into that one time.
That's why nobody really fuck with All-Star no more. That shit went way out.
Is there a safety measure to prevent them hacking into it?
I'm pretty sure there is, cause it's just like the Apple phones. Like, it's harder to hack an Apple phone than an Android. It's the same technology and shit. It's probably harder to hack a Tesla than a regular electric car. You know what I'm saying? So, but nigga, that shit is fire, bro. That shit is a spaceship, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And it wasn't even a truck. It was like an SUV kind of. But it was like, it was big, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't like a regular car. I think it was like an SUV. But it wasn't an SUV, if that makes sense. It didn't have like the hatchback or nothing like that. It just is. Yeah, bro, that shit was black on black, bro. That shit was sexy as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of like the Teslas now. But like E said, I'm kind of paranoid that they might drive me off a cliff one day if I'm being too vocal about some shit that they don't want me to be vocal about. So I gotta be easy with shit like that. But I like it though. Just driving it is weird though, cause they don't like, it stops as soon as you take your foot off the acceleration. So it goes as soon as you accelerate, and then as soon as you stop, it starts slowing down. It still has a brake, but it's like basically for like if it doesn't stop immediately. you press the brake. It's like a more of an emergency brake than a regular brake. So this shit's crazy, bro. Shout out to the Teslas, but I still feel how I feel about Elon. I feel like that technology, a lot of that technology is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna look good. It's gonna seem good, but that's just gonna have like a yin to its yang, so to speak. And I don't think we're ready for the yang. I don't think we're ready for the yang, yo. This shit about to be crazy, like. This shit about to be wild.
This doctor, somebody sent a video to the authorities because he has a practice, and he be walking around in there with no clothes on.
Oh wow!
And he, even with customers, but around all the females, all the nurses and stuff, he just walks up and down the hall with no clothes on.
Yeah.
And there's a video of him with no clothes on, walking when there are customers and walking in the lobby.
Yeah, that gotta be sexual harassment.
And he was pleasuring himself, and I think they got on somebody or something because he was like just standing there right in front of them while they were sitting behind the desk.
And they didn't know?
They seen him. They were sitting behind the desk. Like he walked behind, like when you walk up to the desk in a doctor's office.
I mean,
they were sitting back there
about
and he just walked.
Men in powerful positions. Yes, he was wrong. But men in powerful positions make these type of decisions because they think they can. They think they can. If nobody's going to stop them, if that lady is saying, hey, what you're doing is wrong, nobody would have complained because they knew he was, he probably was paying them great. And then all it takes is somebody on the outside looking in, like, oh, this is disgusting. They shouldn't have to do this. Maybe they was getting paid extra to do that. We don't know. And now they're not getting paid shit because, yes, they might not have got fired, but they're not getting that same compensation that old boy was paying them to walk around naked and pleasure himself, but while they act like nothing, nothing was wrong. Like, this shit is crazy, yo.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I can't get no surgery.
Nah,
You got doctors sticking a member in your mouth when you unconscious.
When you sleep, yeah.
This dude walking around with no clothes on.
That should be a indication of, we gotta really find other ways to heal ourselves because these doctors is doing anything. These doctors is doing anything, yo. They just doing anything, like. And this shit is crazy. You really gotta trust people that don't care about you. It's kind of wild.
Or you could teach yourself.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But you have to know what.
Even with that, I feel like there's a lot of things in the medical field that are really, if you really learn the science behind it, you'll realize that it works, but it doesn't work as good as something holistic. Because as soon as you start incorporating like steroids and all these other unnatural shit, like it's gonna work, but you're gonna have to keep on using these things for it to work, and that's like how they that's how they get their money. That's how they keep you going back. They keep you on a prescription, and you on that prescription till you die, versus getting away or eradicating whatever the problem is, which they're not going to get no money from because guess what? If they get rid of it one time, then what the fuck? Can't get paid prolonged. So it's like I see the business in it, but it's corrupt. It's corrupt as fuck.
Corrupt. Yep. Everything is a scam.
It's a blood clot scammer.
Birth control, if you're on the depot, they're saying it's caused some type of cancer or something. And now they're telling people, oh, if you took the depot during this time frame, I don't remember what year it was.
You could be constipated?
Yeah, so contact these people. But I feel like the government did that. They put it out.
Because they knew.
They put it out knowing that it could do that, and then they let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're telling people to sue. Where they get this information to know to tell you, oh, you can sue us, that this is happening. You told them, and the money's going back to you.
And yet these Democrats talk about my body, my choice. Like, yo, come on, man. Come on, man. Now you got cancer. Was that your choice? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't let them get you by the okie. That's what I meant, like, before. Like, sometimes you gotta guide our women to, like, make certain decisions that's, like, you know what I'm saying? That you feel like, yo, like, I don't think she's ever gonna regret this decision if she make this decision. Like, as men, I feel like we gotta do that, bro. We gotta stand up for our women and really just be like, yo, whatever decision you make, I'm here for you, because sometimes that's all you need. That man that's in your corner that's like, yo, whatever you down with, I got you.
Would that be lowering your standards?
No, that's hiring your standards, because not everybody has that. Not everybody has a significant other that cares about them to the point where it's like, yo, like, I'm not gonna let you crash out by yourself. Not everybody has that. So that's like, that's a plus, not a minus.
So it's okay for people to crash out?
It's okay for people to crash out for the people that they love and care about. Because I'm crashing
Crash out is okay, because we're all humans and we have limits or patience, but
Especially
crash out
doing it
shouldn't result in somebody losing their life or something that's detrimental to the point where you can't go back from it.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but, you know, I'm
That's
gonna
where
hold with
control
mine.
comes from.
It shouldn't include a hospital visit.
I'm gonna hold with mine, bro. Like, it depends. Like, there's certain people in life. Like, if somebody, let's say somebody, God forbid, harm my pops, right? And I knew the person, and I could choose to call the police to handle it, or I can handle it myself. I'm gonna try to handle it myself, bro. And that's wrong. That would be crashing out. But there is times where I believe that crashing out, for me, just determines who I am and the character of me. So if I'm willing to suffer those consequences and go to jail and I'm good with that. But there is also times where crashing out is not good. Like, let's say you get into a dispute with your significant other and you find out she cheated on you, and you could crash out on there and kill everybody or unalive everybody. That's crashing out to a point where you can't come back from, because now you're unaliving. It might be the mother of your child. It might be, it's definitely somebody's daughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're taking that person away because of something that they decided to do. Now, that's crashing out.
So how do you have discernment in one situation and not another one?
It's character flaws. It's who you are willing to be at the end of the day. So if I'm willing to be the guy that will crash out for my daughter by any means necessary, I can be that person and live with myself. But I can't be that person that's gonna crash out because my girl cheated on me. I can't be that nigga. I gotta be the nigga that says, man, fuck that bitch, I'll just get another one. Yeah, like, yeah, it's bad to say that, but I have that mentality. If somebody's gonna cheat on me, fuck that bitch, I get another one.
That's simple, huh?
That's simple.
And you never go back.
No, not if she cheated on me. Because I know if she cheated on me and she's willing to admit that to me, then she don't respect me as a man. I ain't going back to that.
That's a conditional commitment.
I don't know what it is, but I'm not going back to somebody that is gonna disrespect
conditional,
me.
man. When you make anything conditional, and that's like, it could go either way.
I think you should have conditions to the people that you let in your life. And if you don't,
have
then that's cool.
boundaries.
But if you don't have those conditions, if you don't if they don't do this, then you're gonna be accessible to the types of people that they're around. You're gonna be accessible to the types of behaviors they decide to have. You're gonna be accessible to, you know what I mean? Just the choices that they decide to make with you being around them. And as long as you can,
I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just
no,
saying
I'm just saying in general,
it limits your options.
Whoever you put around you, there's consequences and there's benefits of the people that are around you. You see what I'm saying? Like, just like we were having a conversation before about like somebody that you knew and you knew they moved a certain way, and you know what I mean, you still fuck with them, they still was your peoples, they ain't steal nothing or they ain't do nothing to fuck you over, but you knew that they did this type of behavior. You see what I'm saying? Outside in the public. Now, you could choose to ignore it and still be around that person, or you could be like, I'm not really trying to be too many places with him because I know how he did that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we have to have that discernment for people in general to be like, if I do fuck with this person, then odds are I deal with this is higher than dealing with somebody else. And that's it. For the road.
Man shoots coworker 7 times over getting demoted. He thinks it's his fault.
That's what I mean by crashing out on the wrong things. Like, that's wild. That's wild. Not even you shoot your boss. You shot a co-worker because the co-worker got the position that you wanted. Ain't that the ultimate form of hate and jealousy? Like, yo, like, that's crazy. You don't even shoot the management. You shoot the dude that gets the position because you just hated because he got the position and you didn't. That's some Cain and Abel shit. You got favored by the higher up and you was like, oh, I'm about to crash out on this nigga. And you crashed out on Abel and now you want sympathy. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Because, first of all, a person got another position that you didn't get.
No, he got demoted, so they lowered his position.
But the other person did the other person get promoted?
I don't know why he thinks
okay,
that
he
it's
just got
their fault.
So that's what he said, he just got demoted. Okay. So he got demoted, sorry. So he got demoted.
And somebody else took his position.
The person that maybe said something to the person, because I don't think you don't just get demoted for no reason. They demote you for a punishment.
I think the other dude took his position.
But it doesn't say why he thinks it's his fault.
But
they were on the highway, the guy's car
him,
broke down, and then he said he was coming to help him, and then he shot him. And the guy was still alive. The cops, he called 911. They seen him walking on the highway, and then he told them what happened.
So the guy survived that got shot? Okay.
Oh, good.
That is good.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it still sounds like hate to me. It sounds like he got his position and he got demoted. Because that was a specific, why wouldn't it say, oh, the manager got shot or the supervisor got shot? It was a coworker. The coworker got shot because he got demoted.
But there's not enough context. Like, it's not saying that the dude, like, he didn't disrespect them or he did anything or they had a dispute.
So why would he shoot him?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I can't assume that the nigga just shot him because he was just hating on him.
I don't think he shot him for no reason.
He said the guy told him he thought he had something to do with him getting demoted.
Oh.
Okay. And I think that's why I said what I said before.
Makes sense. But it's still like, the same thing. Like you
can't get mad because you didn't get the position that you didn't want to get, or something happened to you because you did the wrong thing. Now, if somebody telling on you at work, then niggas feel some type of way. Mind your fucking business at work, though. My other thing of that is like, mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's shit. You know what I mean? People get involved in people's shit. That's what happens. Now, did I think that what he did was excessive?
I don't know. I just said
that's crazy though. What he did was crazy, excessive. Then yeah, like all right, like yo, like you need to chill, like you know what I mean? Whatever, you doing too much. But if it's like just he got food in his desk.
Whatever they did, they didn't fire him. They demoted him.
But that's like ridicule, bro. That's like really like you gotta come to work every day knowing that now you get paid less than everybody else.
Yep.
You gotta start back over.
His fault. I don't even know what to do.
It's shameful.
Me? I'm
saying why he think it's his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
It probably was.
I think
they ain't supposed to tell you who said something.
They grimy. and they love stories.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. Yeah, management is not supposed to tell who.
There's always somebody that leaks shit out, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You always find out shit.
But it could have been a situation where he's like the company snitch. And everybody knows that person is going to be the first person to tell some shit to get you demoted. So he could have knew through that.
That's crazy.
I feel like everybody knows somebody in the company.
He probably took a pay cut too.
Everybody knows somebody in their company that probably would snitch on them, or if they really knew them. Like, I feel like every company has that one person that is just like, yeah, I can't tell you nothing.
They think they're a manager.
They're
never gonna be.
Never. Managers don't even fuck with you like that.
Just be kissing cheeks. His feet so much they lip and Prince's there.
That's hilarious. The kiss of death.
That's an emotional man.
Oh.
That's why I shot him.
Oh yeah, 100%. That nigga said I'm crashing out. Okay, but
yeah, you shoot somebody over somebody said, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
Most I do is beat somebody up. I beat somebody up. They get me like fired, or they what's the name? Or they snitch on me. Yeah, I might try to see you in the parking lot. But I ain't gonna shoot you. I ain't gonna do none of that other shit. Like, that's stupid as fuck.
You will see him in the parking lot, right?
Especially if I got fired.
Yeah.
I remember I almost
I might go to their house.
Somebody told me, but they didn't get fired, but
not like really like go to your house. If I'm still working here, I'm not gonna do it. But if I'm not working here no more, I'm going to your house.
Oh shit.
And he ain't nobody, like he was a regular employee. So he said he waited, he came to his car. He was like, yo, you need to mind your business. Stop saying stuff when nobody asks you about if I clocked her or not, mind your, or what time I clocked in, mind your business. Cause that's not like.
Yeah. Did he keep doing it after that?
You know, he threatened me. I think he said he went and said that.
He threatened him?
That he threatened him.
Ah, yo, see? A snitch is a snitch to thick and thin, goddamn it. You got him fucked up. You think you can just scare me with your threats? Nigga said I'd do this. I'm telling right now.
Like that kid from Recess that used to always.
Yeah, with the notebook, he used to. Yo, that nigga was a snitch. Infama. We called him Infama. Bro was an informer, bro. That's crazy.
Everybody got snitch. Everybody got snitch at their job.
That's a tattletale. That shit crazy as fuck. That's how you know that life has gotten to a point of like you've accepted that the highlights of your life is gonna be the shit that you do at work to other people. Like
It's lowering your standards.
that's not even having standards. Cause you don't even if you are just entertained by like shitting on people at work or telling on people at work, then your life is pretty trash. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This lady cussed me out the other day. She's talking about this is some absolute bullshit.
What? What was? The service?
The insurance.
Oh.
Because it didn't cover some. Well, it didn't cover the full amount. It was just a specific amount that it covered.
So what's protocol to that? What do you say? You're right, man. I don't. What do you do? Like.
Yep.
I didn't say nothing. She was going on a rant.
Oh, just let her
myself.
let her rock. She said, "Oh."
And she was like,
With
"It's
a
not
world
you.
of
You've
Warcraft.
been lovely." You said it's not. This is not to you. You've been lovely, but this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. But I've heard this so many times that I
Right.
don't want to talk about it no more.
Right. And I didn't agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Let's just let them talk. Let them vent. I be hearing crazy. When people vent, it's like confessions, yo. This shit is crazy. People be going in, yo.
These are my confessions.
People be venting. Shit be getting deep. Like, yo, I remember one time somebody was venting. I was just like, yo, like, where is this story going? Like, I didn't even know this person was going to, like, express this much. Like, you could tell it was on their chest that they wanted to express it, but they didn't.
They chose you.
Yeah, nigga. That's heavy. That's a heavy-ass
Like
burden. That's a heavy-ass burden and shit. Because you don't be expecting it for everybody. And then you hear, like, oh, yeah, I went through this, and this happened with me and my wife, and this, yeah. You be like, oh, fuck, yo. It's crazy. Fuck, yo. This shit, wow.
Life be like.
But one thing that does teach me is that the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence. Because from the outside looking in, you would think, oh, that's like, they good. Like, they good. They money up. They got a house, home. They got one. You know what I'm saying? They good. And then you hear that shit, you be like, oh, damn.
Because they ain't trying to take care of you.
Damn.
They got their shit for them.
I'm not even talking about the shit that
I'm
they
just
have.
saying, that's what they
I'm talking about the shit that
you
they
come up in
go
there eating
through.
all the kid fruit snacks and shit, they getting mad as fuck.
That's hilarious.
Unless you laid it on them like that, and they don't give a fuck.
Nah, it wasn't even like, we was at work, bro. We wasn't at their career.
Unless you laid it on them.
They just did. You know, you ever have a conversation with like a coworker and shit, and they just start talking, and then they open up to you, so they're like, yeah, I fuck with you. That's what I'm saying. You be hearing wild ass stories from these people, and you never would even expect it, because from the outside looking in, they don't even look like that type of person. You know what I'm saying?
They look like?
They just look like regular civilians, blue collar people that's.
And what did the story look like?
The story looked like some fucking Jerry Springer shit. The story is like
blue collar people. That's just who they are at work. That's not.
Yeah, I know that, but like it's
so
different. Let's say it's different because as a person of color, a lot of my friends is of color. You see what I'm saying? I'm not prejudiced to anybody, but I definitely have a clear indication of what my people and people that look like me look like or go through versus the people that don't look like me and their culture and what they go through and shit. So when you're hearing this certain shit, you have a false perception of these people just based off of what they have or what they, you know what I'm saying? And then you start hearing the story, you're like, damn, like you had to go through that, you was doing that, you know what I mean? Like this shit is crazy, bro. Like you never fucking know. And I just like that I could learn that at this point of life. Because I didn't know, bro. I just thought that, you know, if you had this, and this, then you was straight. But nah, there's so much more than just the outside, the materials, the outside looking in. Niggas they be going through it. They got a whole different a whole different set of problems that I ain't even think about. Like, I don't even think about, as a black man, I don't think about that shit. Or as a person of color, I don't think about that shit. But that's their truth. That's the shit that they gotta think about. That's the shit they gotta worry about. Like, that's the shit they gotta tolerate, deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it as like, okay, this is marriage life, right? And him being around my age and shit, it's like, okay, that's dope. Like, this is how you do it. And I'm trying to be married one day like that. So I'm, you know, trying to get certain pointers. And he's like, bro. He's like, bro, it's not what it looked like from the, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, bro. Like, you really have to be crazy to do. And I'm like, come on, man, it's not that bad. But then you hear the stories and you be like, oh, okay, maybe this shit is bad as fuck. I didn't know. I'm sorry. But I still, you know, I still want to get married and shit. It's just, I know that it's not all peaches and cream. Know what I mean? Peaches and cream. Ice cream. Peaches and cream. You killed that shit, nigga. Shout out to what? That was 112, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to 112, yo. Hopefully Diddy didn't destroy y'all careers or no weird shit come out about y'all, cause that shit's crazy.
Say that.
That shit is crazy. Yeah, I mean, but what's the name? Farnsworth Bentley didn't say nothing either. They might be on NDAs. Like, a lot of people that work with him might be on NDAs. But I don't know. Cause I feel like that's wild. What they say about Mary and them. That's wild.
What?
Allegedly that she hooked up with Danny Boy when he was like 15.
With who?
Danny Boy.
Who's that?
The nigga that sang on I Ain't Mad At You with Tupac. I ain't mad at you.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a West Coast artist at the time. He was really young when he got in the game.
15, huh?
Yeah, 15, 16.
How old was she?
She was late 20s, 25. Yeah, late 20s, mid 20s.
That's crazy.
It's crazy as fuck.
That be happening.
It do be happening, especially on Bad Boy. A lot of weird shit was happening on Bad Boy. Like, a lot of weird shit they was trying.
And it just happened in the industry. They all going down.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The industry in general is not what it used to be. And I'm glad that people are getting a clear picture of what to expect when you sign to certain artists and certain labels and shit. Or if you don't do your due diligence and be like, let me read my contract before I just sign this shit away. Niggas see $1 million and sign me up. And then find out that they gotta take shit through their back door for that $1 million and be like, hey, I didn't sign up for this. Or unalive somebody and yeah, exactly.
Or present them so they can do it for
Yep.
you as a sacrifice.
Yep. It's like either you or them. Something got to be sacrificed to the god of the cows.
Malanda.
Whatever, more Moloch.
Like,
crazy, like, oh no, this is a weird ass industry that they in. Like,
I was watching It Is What It Is, and Stat Baby went to an Usher concert, and Kim Mace was like, what happened? Was he singing to you? And she was like, no, not me. But he did to a bunch of other people, whatever. He was like, that they was there by themselves. She was like, there were couples, some of them were married, and they were, and he was like, y'all niggas is some cucks.
Yeah, I'm not bringing my girl to
Because
no
why
Usher
would you want to
fucking
sit there and watch another man singing to your wife, feeding her strawberries and holding her hand and doing all this other stuff?
100%. Shout out to Ken. I agree 100% because that's crazy as fuck. You're gonna bring your girl to Mr. Steal Your Girl like Trey or
I mean, you
Chris
can take
Brown
her
or
to see her, but
nah,
it's
hell
the
no.
fact you letting him do that. You didn't shut it down.
Hell no.
She's letting him touch or whatever he does as a part of the show.
I'm
Feed
not
her
even
strawberries
taking her
and
to
stuff.
go
That's what
see
it's crossing the line, just to see the concert.
I ain't even taking. It's just like
she should have respect for you.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? That's like inviting my girl to go see the Wolf perform. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you have to have that discernment. And then certain women will be like, well, fuck that. I can't go to the what's the name then. This ain't for, alright. It's not for you. Go ahead. But you know that you can't tell her shit. And whoever is with her is not going to be able to tell her shit. So she's going to go through a life where whoever she decides to be with is not going to be able to tell her shit. And it's like, if that's what y'all want to do, then go ahead and do that. But that's crazy, yo.
But why would it be a problem if she's not entertaining
Because
that?
it's you are to pay a ticket just to see this person perform. That is entertaining. That's 100% entertaining. That.
So you don't want, even if she wants to go with you, you don't want your girl to go to a concert.
We could go to a concert.
Reason.
Nah, look.
He ain't gonna sing
we could
to her.
look. We could go.
She don't want to.
We could go to a concert. We could go to a concert, but it depends on the artist. If the artist is there to get your panties off, we're not going there. If the artist is there to entertain you, okay, we could go. We could go. You know what I'm saying? But no. There is a difference between entertaining just by your talent or there's an entertaining just by your looks. That's why, you know what I'm saying, certain rappers aren't as good, but because a woman might think he looks good, they give them the
So you're saying
pass.
Usher's not a good entertainer?
I'm saying he's a great entertainer, but I'm saying if his act is, I'm going to take time to give this performance to stick out like other people's girls and shit, then it's like there's not a situation I'm gonna willingly bring my girl to go see. Matter of fact, ever since the Kiki situation that brought light to it, would have let me know what type of shit that you was on, because now you already have a reference on why this shit could go left, and now you still want to go to the Usher concert. Okay, now I know who I'm dealing with. How my nigga say it? Now I got it.
I understand it now.
No, I understand it now. You see what I'm saying? That's what it be. That's what it be for real. Because you can say, okay, it don't matter, and then you step in shit, you gonna smell it.
Everybody don't be so dramatic over these celebrities. They just regular.
It's not
people.
dramatic, it's precautions.
It is. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about how the woman will behave. Like, some people just like music, or they'll go to a concert. They're not going there to be turned on by the man. That's true.
There's different reasons for everything, but what I'm saying is if I know somebody's there to basically for sexual reasons, right? If he's there because he sings about sex, he's there for sexual reasons. He's there not just because the song sounds nice, but because he's a fantasy in a woman. You see what I'm saying? I'm not taking my girl to relive that fantasy in front of me.
I'll take you to a strip club.
See, I think that's the difference between a woman and a man. You're accommodating me to the strip club. I'm taking
I'm saying that every woman is not their fantasy. Every woman does not. There are women that like Usher. Obviously, there are women that think it's cute, but every woman is not turned on by that's not every single woman's type.
There
are some women that can just enjoy the music without. That is what you're putting, because you're saying
after
if that's a fantasy, then that means you're being turned on.
I'm saying after the Kiki situation, not prior to it. after the Kiki situation, and I knew he was singling out girls to do that, that's already on my list now because he does that. And that's not even going to be a situation where he could even do that to me, is what I'm saying. Like, we're not even going to go there because he already let you know that that's what he does at his concerts. Now, if he didn't do that at his concerts and she could just sit where she was sitting and enjoy them, cool. But even if we go and she's enjoying them and then she look like she start fanning out or almost pass out, you know it's over, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You know
That's
it's not
extra
gonna
shit.
be. You see
don't
what I'm
even
saying?
know him. That's unnecessary. I don't understand how people behave this way about someone that they.
Me neither, but people do,
never
especially
met.
women. When they like a R&B artist, they will fan out, and they can't help themselves if they get around somebody who they didn't think they was gonna get around. They might start fanning out, and you might see a different side of them.
Look at
So
the
that's why I
5
said,
heartbeats.
like,
Remember?
yeah, that shit was crazy.
And she
Pass the fuck out. Imagine somebody like Michael Jackson.
And he left her there too.
They was
the dude
passing
left.
the fuck out, bro.
That would have been you. You left.
Yeah,
That
hell
dude
yeah.
left.
Left early in the game. As soon as I peeped the weird shit, oh, you passing over a nigga? I'm out. I'm out. Cause look at it, like, yo, you don't control. Like, I didn't say you did control her, but to some extent, she was committed to you. If she could freak out and pass out because a nigga touched her hand, then it's like, oh, it's over.
Don't live
It's
a
over.
life of a millionaire. Or a
That was a bit dramatic, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's what I mean.
But people do be passing out at concerts.
And that's what I mean. If you could
sometimes
take
it's
it to
they
that
get
level,
smushed against the wall.
if you could take it
But
to that level
sometimes
where
they're excited.
you're freaking out to the point where you're gonna pass out, then you're gonna give him the pussy. There's no way you're not gonna give him. If you're gonna pass out just
Yeah,
because
absolutely, because she's
you'll
crazy.
give anything to that person because that's how you feel. That's how you feel. The connection is. That's what you want. And women that will do that will cheat on you. They will cheat on you. Women that
I
won't.
do have celebrity crushes, but I'm not just gonna
We all do.
only have sex with someone just because I.
But
just
you're not gonna
because
pass out.
I
They touched
find
your
them
hand.
attractive.
You're not gonna pass out because Jim Jones touched your hand.
Right.
You're not gonna be like, I'll never wash my hand again. Fuck that.
Nah.
You're gonna wash your goddamn hand. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? It'll
I
be
gotta
a
go
great
see
moment.
them
You'll
again.
probably want to catch a picture.
Shout
but
out to Dipset. I
You know
went
what
to see
I'm saying?
them in Long Island or Rhode Island a few years ago.
you ain't see
And-
Jim and Davies came up to Van Dorn?
I know, no, they've been back up here a few times, but I didn't. I always keep. I don't know. I need to find out where they use it. So because every time
You're not in the
I
fan
see
club?
it be the same.
You're not a diamond
No, I
member?
don't be there.
I thought she
No,
was
when
a
I
diamond
was
member.
younger, I used to love Dipset so much because here's the backstory. When I was in middle school, there was this guy that I had a crush on.
Here we go. He looked like Jim.
No, I didn't even like. This is why I started listening to Cameron first, and then he
Well, he looked like
he
Cam.
rapped.
Okay.
He liked to rap or whatever, and he was pretty good too. And so he liked Cameron. So then I started listening to music. I'm like, oh, this is something or whatever. So then I started listening to listening to Dipset and all. I had like a CD case full of all of the but I really just started just to connect with him because I'm like, oh, he likes Cameron. I'm gonna listen to but I ended up really liking the music or whatever. But I had like a Dipset thing. I don't know. It was like what you put the CDs in to zip, so they're not all in the case. Like you go flip through like a book.
Oh, okay,
I had
yeah,
one
yeah.
just for
CD
Dipset
case,
stuff.
yeah.
I had a bunch of their mixtapes because they had a lot of mixtapes. I had Cameron's album Come Home. I didn't have SDE or Confessions of Fire from Cameron, but I had Purple Haze Come Home With Me. I had Jewel's From Me to You, What the Game's Been Missing, Jim Jones, On My Way to Church, Harlem, Diary of a Summer. Somebody stole that. Well, I let them borrow it and they never gave it back.
Dang.
And Harlem, Diary of a Summer was a good album too.
Yeah, well. That's the
I
one
don't
with
know.
Summer in Miami?
I still be listening to their music now because they still be putting out stuff and the vision.
What's the one with South Lennox? But what about that East Side?
Nobody, yo, we blowing
Yo,
smoke
while
while
we
we
G-ride.
G-ride.
Yo,
Watching
that's
high
it.
speed, Dalo, Tato, you know.
Colombian,
Colombian, Tato, Capo, uh-oh.
Yo, that was my shit, yo.
It's called Harlem, that's the name of it. Yeah, but no, I wouldn't do that. And I did go see them before. I was putting my hands up there, but I'm single anyway. But I was putting my hands
You
up
wasn't
there.
passing out, is my
No, I wasn't. I was mad at first because I'm like, y'all niggas took mad long. The thing was supposed to start at, they didn't get there till like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I heard they do that a lot. They stay coming late. Remember when Nige Boy came to the club? He was late too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Late as fuck. All them niggas
Artists are
late.
usually fashionably late.
Yeah.
We're artists. We're fashionably late.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. 10 to 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck. They were supposed to be there at 10 and they came at 3. And then they probably let out at 4. Shit crazy, like.
Right, they did perform for that. Look, and I left after they was done because my phone was about to die. I had took an Uber out there. I went by myself because nobody likes Dipset like that.
Nobody
wanted to go.
like that.
None of my people, they want to go see him. So the mayor was like, no. I even told people, I'm like, I'll pay for your ticket. Just call. But they were like, nah. I'm like, well, forget y'all. I'm about to go.
That's wild.
And I had a good time. It was expensive. Between the travel and the ticket wasn't expensive. I was gonna do a meet and greet, but I didn't do that.
What was the meet and greet? Like a picture
You
or
could go
something? Autograph?
backstage. You could. I think it said smoke with them.
What? That's lit.
Yeah. Could get some music tips.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck that. You might send him his next tape back then. You know what I'm saying?
I don't got no mixtape.
You could have one ready. Like, yeah, you know, I go out with Heifer. You know what I'm saying? I'll be rapping, I'll be telling stories.
It's a
shit.
studio in Brantford. I wanna.
You about to go?
Yeah. I'm gonna put a little something together. They got beats there too.
Oh, the song. So there's like parts in it where it's like muffled. So he was like, we gotta re-record certain parts.
I have to say it.
Yeah, like it's
What
for your
part?
part. It's like there's one part where he said, "Fuck Kamala Harris." The mic sound like it's like somebody hit the mic or some shit. It's like, and it's notable. You can't just, you know what I mean? You gotta re-record it.
Just that part.
I think it's that part, and there's another. He said, I told him just keep the coughing. There's one part where he was coughing, or somebody was coughing in the hood while you was doing the hood, but
Why you say keep it?
because it's get lifted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could redo it too. I mean,
It's gonna every time you do over again, then something else goes on.
yeah.
I mean, or I do the part that you say.
All right, cool. I'll just bring the laptop mic next week. But yeah, shit, I'm about to get that shit next Top Shot, this is back. New music on the way.
You gotta have a new intro. We can't even put that in the intro.
Yeah, we should switch it up because you was going crazy on Kamala.
Or just don't put the. Or I don't know.
I mean, shit.
Put the first.
Yeah, we just put a snippet of it.
Or bleep that out.
She ain't nobody.
I mean, we can't play the whole song
Trump is
for
the president.
Yeah, true. I mean, we can't play the whole song for the intro anyway. It's just gonna be a snippet of it, so we just don't put that.
But what if she run in 2028?
Maybe she could. I mean, it's still fuck that bitch. But you know, She might grow. I just don't trust her.
So, I wonder what her husband is like what their relationship is like.
I don't know, but I seen a clip of him saying the best thing that she does is she knows how to put her head down and get to work.
Who said that?
Her husband.
Who?
Mr. Edmoff, or a Kamala husband.
Why would you say that?
Because he is an asshole. He knew exactly how people were gonna take it. Ain't no way he didn't know. He did. I'm pretty sure he wrote that down. The niggas is crazy, yo. Wow. That's what she knows. That's what she's best at. Shit like that is why I know they're gonna really shut down Twitter one day. I mean, not Twitter, TikTok one day. Because
why would you even? Why would you say that is your wife? Why would you limiting her down to like a simple whore?
Because she knows how to get to work.
I mean, obviously that's your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be talking like that in public about your wife. Like,
he didn't mean it like that.
He meant it like that. Get her head down and do what? What's she doing when she put her head down?
Yo, she puts her head down. She gets to work. She was saying that Trump.
She works hard.
Trump won. So she was like, one thing I know about my wife.
So why you say that? Making it like that's what I thought.
Because we know, yeah, exactly. I just wanted to hear you say it, yo. That shit is hilarious, yo. He said she just puts her head down and get to work, yo. I'm like, what? Yo, and there's
why you tell us that?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's y'all business, what y'all do in your bedroom, because that's what he really talking about. He said both. He means it for both.
That's exactly what I mean. He meant it for both. He knew people was gonna take it one way,
he want to get noticed too. He wants some notoriety. He like, let me throw that in there.
Yeah, because he's fucking.
Let their mind wander.
He fucking her, and she taking care of his family, not an Indian family, not a black family. His family. She's succumbing to his needs. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at that. As long as they love each other. And she agreed with that. I'm not even mad at that. That's a beautiful thing. But that's hilarious. That she considered and he would have been the first male. How do you say it? Because this is just the first lady usually. So he would have been
the first man.
The first man? I thought the first man was the president. This shit. The first fellow. He's the first fellow. He would have been the first fellow.
First gentleman.
First gentleman sounds better than first fellow. Because first fellow sound crazy, nigga. He's the first fellow. He's the first fellow. Yeah, we gotta get out of here, bro. I gotta go.
All right, thank you for tuning in.
What the hell was that?
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20.
Did the cat yawn? That was a yawn?
This is Erika. No, she meow.
Oh.
This is La Jefa.
CrisxmasOnDemand.
Your boy SmileyJizzle.
Faded as well.
Like, share, and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Always and forever.
Love.